Hello, everybody. I've got to switch some cameras around. Please hold.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not that bad.
I was Alan for a second.
You were Alan for a second.
I feel sorry for you.
It's fine.
Hey,
Everything
now.
is fine.
Be nice to my friend.
No, having to be me.
Yeah, be nice to my friend.
Oh.
I forgot my name in Chaos was Magnas Institute.
Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Singularity Roleplay as I figure out where my actual introduction page is. We're here, we're queer, and there's an ally always near. It's my silly little rhyme. I am your camp counselor for this evening and during your entire stay with us here. You guys can call me Meg or Meg Mysteria. I am incognito as it stands right now without my camera. Before we play popcorn and get to everyone to introduce themselves, I wanted to clear up a couple of rules and misconceptions about camp. If we had to pretend we're a summer camp in a movie, we'd be rated M for mature. So, if you're easily upset by any of the following topics, we highly encourage you to step away and take all the time you need to in order to take care of yourself. Stop and check in with the camp nurse, hang out under the trees with a friend, whatever aftercare you need. Topics that may be brought up while on campgrounds may include, but is not limited to, the following. Hold on. Homophobia, transphobia, hate crimes, hate speech, gore, death, general violence, discriminatory speech and violence, and the mention and use of particular slurs. Please understand that all campers are aware of these topics and that we have multiple safety tools in place for them to use, and they will always have a direct access to me as their lead counselor. We will make sure that they have all the time and aftercare needed to recover from anything that may cause them to feel unsettled while here at camp. We'll play ball here shortly. I've just got one more announcement. This camp takes the current political environment very seriously, and this month we're taking a look towards the Middle East. Tonight we'll be accepting donations on behalf of AmeriCares, a foundation collecting donations going towards the relief of the ongoing crisis happening in Gaza. If you take a look at the bulletin board below us, there will be a Tiltify panel and a button you can press to donate and shake things up for our cast. Alright, campers, let's toss around the talking sticks and introduce ourselves. And while you're at it, what kind of weather do you like? Oh shoot, I don't remember who started it last time. Let's start with Sin. That sounds like fun.
Jesus, Meg calling me out. Hi, I am Sin, Synthetic20 on all the social media that matters. And I am here playing Pat, also known as Big Strong Girl. And what kind of weather do I like? Answering as Pat. Like weather? It's just, it's weather. I like it inside, climate controlled. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and we popcorn.
We do popcorn.
Where do I popcorn? I popcorn to Vermin.
Shouldn't have made a face. Hey, everybody.
You really did zero me in on your camera.
Hey, everybody. I'm Legendary Vermin. And tonight I'm going to be playing Mickey, who is having some gender situations and some sexuality situations, and is just kind of figuring things out. Mickey's answer to what kind of weather is preferential would be anytime it's relatively dry. It could be foggy. That's not a big deal. It could be overcast. As long as the asphalt is dry, we're good, baby. Popcorn. I was about to popcorn it back to Sin. That'd be a mistake. Popcorn Elsie.
Hi. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Elsie. I'm the can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna laugh too hard. Okay, no, I'm gonna say it. I'm the head archivist at the Magnas Institute. um, I'm sorry. My name's Elsie. I play Sabrina, your resident sunshine girly, who loves sunshine weather. Actually, if it's warm but not too hot, but not too cold, it's the perfect kind of weather. To just like get out and be active. Gloomy days make her a gloomy camper. So that's it. That's me. Who hasn't gone yet? Is it Kian? Kian, go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. I am playing Finley, who is just the littlest guy. Just hanging out, just vibing. Doing all of the gay panic all the time. Definitely has a huge crush on somebody at the table. And yeah, doesn't really know what to do with it. So that's Finley. Finley's favorite weather, much to the probably chagrin of their crush, is when it is raining. Not because they don't like the sun, but because all of the critters come up out of the pond whenever it's raining. And you get to see a lot more critters and a lot of other shit kind of crawling around in the dirt. So that is Finley's favorite. And I will yeet the talking stick over to Alan.
Oh yeah, that's me. Hey everybody, I know you can't see me, but I am here. I am playing Kenny, the lovable bear, who is also probably a literal bear if you piss him off. And I think, like me, Kenny's favorite weather would be like a nice, crisp, slightly chill fall evening. Like 40s, you get around a bonfire, have some hot chocolate. I think that's like perfect. Is there anybody who hasn't gone yet?
Nope,
that
that's
was everybody.
everybody. That is all. So, we're just gonna dive right into it because we had a mess happen last time. And right
Dive,
now,
bring me back from the dead after LC.
and right now, the camp is in a controlled chaos. The counselors are busy ushering campers back to the mess hall to get a head count, with Director White taking control and issuing instructions. Kenny, with some help from Dan and Lars, is escorted back to camp and immediately met by Nurse Jackson. And trying to shield as much as possible, he's brought back to the medical cabin. So, you guys are kind of separated from each other, with some adults handling with most of the campers and a lot of the adults in the mess hall, and some of the key ones figuring out what's going on in medical. So I leave this to you guys trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
I think Kenny would probably be sitting there poking where he got shot, just going, ow, poke, ow, poke, ow.
The rejection just kind
I
of.
forgot Kenny's high.
Is he?
Still? No.
On pain meds.
Oh, on pain
Why
meds.
Why
I was
did they let
like,
him compete on pain meds?
Because he broke his hand.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been competing on pain meds. Who let him do that?
it's the 80s.
That is the
The
question.
rest of us, we did that.
We
We're
needed
like-
a win.
We were like, he could still run.
Nurse Jackson
Yeah,
just kind of grabs your hand and says, until we figure out what happened and if you were actually shot, and please stop poking it.
Okay.
Here, I hope you weren't too fond of this shirt. I'm afraid of trying to pull it over your head. I'm going to have to
I've got
cut
a
it
couple
off.
more of them. Just go ahead. He's so chill right now.
I'm just
He
gonna
really
kind
is
of.
in total fella mode. Little fella mode.
gonna kind of shoo the hovering, counselor and attendings out and grab a pair of scissors to kind of cut your shirt. And when she pulls it back, she's very puzzled and kind of looks at you and asks, like, did you actually feel anything when you...
It stung. Like, a lot. It hit me pretty hard.
So it looks like the good news is that while you are very clearly not bleeding, and you likely will not bleed to death, you might end up with a bruise, but that's about it.
Kenny just looks at you at the doctor and says, "So I'm gonna make it, Doc? That's great."
Yes, dear, you're going to make it.
Dude, stick bruises, right?
Repeat that?
I said dudes dig bruises, right?
I guess it depends on the dude.
Cool.
We'll certainly have a story to tell.
Yeah. Did we find who did this?
I think that's what they're looking for now.
Hmm. Poke. Ow.
Don't poke it. See what we can do about cleaning up this paint.
I'll just go take a shower. I'm not worried about it. Oh.
I think you should probably stay here and we'll scrub off as much as we can until we kind of get things under control.
Or is any of the other campers there?
Right now, I think...
I think Sabrina and I were in stunned silence, like trying to figure out what was going on.
You guys probably got ushered back towards the mess hall.
Yeah. I think Mickey also probably got ushered back towards the the mess hall, but like after pulling the boats up onto the beach.
Yeah.
I think Mickey is probably back at like the regular lunch table. That's where Mickey would go to meet up with everybody.
To answer your question, Alan, Dan from Pink Cabin is one of the campers that's with you, that helped
Okay.
you.
All right.
And Lars is a counselor that was there too.
I just kind of look at Dan and be like, "Hey, thanks for helping me out."
Yeah, no problem. I'm just really glad it wasn't anything more serious.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna lay down now.
Good plan. I'm gonna try to scrub this paint off.
Can't believe you let Lars help you out.
I was shot.
It's still Lars.
I know.
Vermin's in here scoping the NPC list, figuring out people.
I was pretty sure I knew who Lars was, but I just wanted to confirm.
I literally don't know who any NPC is ever, other than Counselor Meg and the doctor that I don't remember the name of right now.
So what's going on in the mess hall? Y'all are hanging out at the usual table?
Hanging out is probably too casual a phrase for
Yeah.
whatever's going on in here. I feel like
Hushed
We're-
whispers?
you said we're gonna figure out what the fuck is going on, and I'm pretty sure Mickey, as soon as anybody comes up to the table, is like, "Do you know what the fuck is going on?" Does anybody? Hello?
I heard something and then everybody started like it wasn't a race anymore.
Yeah.
Like the counselors were moving through the trees. That's the last thing I saw before they pushed us away.
So we heard a loud noise, and then all of a sudden, everybody's panicking. What? Did somebody get shot?
Why are you
I think somebody got shot. Do you?
I'm laughing because I can't help the dramatic irony, okay? It's an out of character laugh. Accept it as an out of character laugh, LC.
It's pretty funny. It's just like if somebody gets shot, you immediately start laughing. I mean that's kind of what it sounded like.
Oh shit.
I mean, not really like that. Okay, Pat is familiar with the sound of guns from like movies. Pat has never done paintball, so it's like it sounded like a loud thud, right? Like it wasn't as much of a sound.
Oh, it definitely sounded like a loud crack.
So,
Okay.
have you ever heard the sound of a pneumatic bolt gun? Or
I
like
have
just like a
not.
pneumatic tool?
I've heard of pneumatic tool, yeah.
That's kind of how they sounded back in those days.
I don't know. I
Okay.
wasn't born yet.
I will add that one of the campers that had also been running has started circulating a whisper that they definitely heard what sounded like a gunshot, and that the counselor had made them leave off the track.
Meg, is Finley there, or would Finley have been? In my head, Finley was not out at all because he was not feeling it.
Were you back at the cabin?
That's what I would imagine.
Would you have come out during the ruckus?
Yeah, because Finley's a nosy bitch. Absolutely.
If you had come out kind of during the ruckus of everything, you would have been directed back to the mess hall. It would have probably been sort of in the tail end of things, so you would have been later to join everybody, but
Okay. I imagine that Finley is walking up right when Mickey is asking everybody, "Did somebody get shot?" And Finley walks up and is like, "Somebody got fucking shot? What happened? What is I just heard something in the cabin, and then I came to look, but they sent me over here."
We don't know.
Uh, where's Camp Counselor Meg? Any adults? Any reasonable adults? Is there a reasonable adult that I would trust around Meg?
So at the moment, the counselors, after getting their head count, after getting like their head count, Meg, you saw towards the entrance and it acknowledged you, and the counselors are kind of at the door after getting their head count, reconvening. A couple of them took off to reconvene with some of the other adults, find out what was going on, and see if they could get more information. But right now, they're starting to circulate again, trying to get the campers to kind of calm down. And now Meg is joining the fray and probably following you in with the okay, like okay, calm down. Nobody got shot. Okay, everyone.
Where's Kenny?
Kenny, from what I've heard so far, is at the medical cabin. He's okay. He is okay.
Shot.
Happened.
I don't know the details.
But he's okay.
He's okay. A little shaken up from what they told me, but he's okay.
You don't think he broke his other wrist, do you? That wouldn't have been that loud.
I'm not sure. We'll kind of have to wait and see what more information they get us.
Mickey is going to sit down kind of away from Meg, but towards the rest of the campers. Or what were you going to say, Kian?
Finley would just look at Mickey and say, Have you never broken a bone before?
I mean, I've never heard somebody else break a bone from a ways. It felt pretty loud. I don't know. I don't really remember after breaking it. It was just kind of like dark and like pressure. And then I got up, limped a little ways, pulled my skateboard out of traffic, and my buddies were like, "Hey, your leg's fucked up."
Did you get hit by a car?
Yeah, it was fine though.
Did you break your face?
No, it was my femur.
Why did your... Never mind.
I mean,
Never mind.
I've broken people's bones before. It doesn't sound like that.
Okay, well...
Wouldn't have heard it across camp.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. It wouldn't have been that loud.
What were you guys doing
Why
when
are
it
the
happened?
giggles permeating?
We were doing the obstacle course thing and running to Kenny.
Yeah.
You would have known there was the all camp event going on, and
Yes.
yeah, so we're all. I was in a boat.
I was over on the bench.
I was over on the bench.
I mean, Sabrina and Pat's part was over. We did the obstacle course. That was the first leg.
Was Kenny doing anything in particular? Was there?
He was running. Like he it was the only thing he could do.
Yeah, he did the forest run cross country.
Meg, can we go check on Kenny? Can we?
Right now, Director White is asking that we all stay in one place until they can check the woods and get police here.
Sure, he wasn't like shot.
This is.
I think Pat's going to get up and like start walking toward the medical tent.
Pat, please sit down.
I'm gonna go the opposite
You
direction.
said ask. I said no. She's leaving.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Pat and make sure everything's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We don't have to sit down.
There's a window. I would like to crawl out of a window.
Why? Two of us are going towards the door.
I know, because I don't want to get caught by the line of counselors that are standing at the door.
And crawling out a window is.
There is, in fact, several counselors that are.
I want to be as far away from the counselors as I can, and I'm gonna crawl out of the window.
Yeah, the old get out through the bathroom window trick.
Exactly. In a giant cafeteria. Nothing can go wrong.
Clearly, you were never a juvenile delinquent.
I never was.
Oh no, that was directed to Elsie.
No.
I used to crawl out my bedroom window and like,
I was gonna
run
say
away.
Elsie lived a far grander life than I did.
That's not true. One of us had a father who taught us how to duck and roll in the carpool line, and it was not mine.
Look, it's a helpful skill.
I would
go
say
find a window.
Kian knows how to get out of a room better than I do.
Mickey is just gonna hang out at the table.
Well, now
that seems like a reasonable thing to do, mind you. I'm expecting this not to go well for Pat.
Yeah, no.
No, so what is going
I think Mickey is far past trying to like affect any of Pat's behavior.
I'm just going to make sure she doesn't get in trouble.
So yeah, what it is going to come down to is, yes, Meg is dealing with the problem that is Kian trying to climb out a window.
Hey, Finley climbing out a window.
Finley climbing out a window.
We've established Kian doesn't do this kind of thing.
Kian would never.
I don't think that's true.
Meg is dealing with
Kian
the problem.
Is so respectable.
That is
Shut up, hey!
Finley climbing out the window, and there are counselors dealing with the problem that is Pat trying to possibly muscle her way out of the mess hall.
Oh, definitely muscle her way. Like, not throw hands, but she is trying to get through people.
Gonna swing on a counselor.
Not gonna swing, no. That's too much at this point. But push around, like, use all of her knowledge of positioning and the fact that I don't know if any of the counselors are trained in any martial arts. But Pat's going to be trying to move through them.
And there's going to be resistance to that.
Makes perfect sense.
A lot of resistance to that, up until a point that Dr. Cartwright, the therapist that you were probably trying to remember earlier.
Yep. That's the name.
That is probably the first adult that gets on scene. The first true adult that gets on scene. Gets involved and respectfully once again asks you to go back to your seat.
She has to go to the bathroom. We need to go to the bathroom that isn't here because it's personal.
I'm not sure that I get the vibe that that's what was happening here.
No, it definitely was. She just doesn't want to talk about it. because it's personal.
Very personal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you mind if I walk with you then? We don't really want campers walking around the camp unescorted right now.
That's why I'm going with her, because 2 is better than 1.
You are still a camper, unescorted, meaning without adults.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's go.
Meg, where are they going? We can cut away on that. You don't have to answer.
Just looking out the window. I don't know, but Cartwright's with them. So, as you guys are taking your leave of the mess hall, you get a view of a couple of police cars actually coming up into the camp.
Wait, Meg, did I make it out the window?
How desperately are you going to fight getting out the window?
Pretty desperately.
We're making body rolls.
That's fine. I don't know if you will allow this. But in my head, in Finley's head, no harm is ever going to come to Jeremy because everybody cares about Jeremy too much. And I put Jeremy as my item that I carry around with me. And I will throw Jeremy in Meg's direction to get Camp Counselor Meg to catch him.
Did you ever
So
send me
that-
a character sheet?
No, I didn't. I made it last night because I was like, I don't think I did this because I had to miss the one where we had to make the new ones. We don't have to allow it if you don't want me to. But in my head, I was like, how would Finley go about this? And Finley would absolutely throw that frog.
Devious as fuck. Oh
Somebody
my
is gonna
god.
catch Jeremy. People care about Jeremy more than anything else.
You would manhandle my boy.
It's true. I don't have to add the +2 if you don't want me to. But
How could you threaten the frog like this?
I mean, look, it's not threatened. Jeremy feels threatened. Finley is confident that everybody else will catch Jeremy. Y'all
How
would
would you
never let him.
threaten the poor frog like this?
Y'all would never threaten. Y'all would never let Jeremy get hurt.
I'll allow the frog.
Wait.
Go catch it, frog.
What was it?
And with the frog, which gives me a +2 because it's my item, I get a 10.
I'm sorry, what? The frog is your item?
Jeremy is my item. That's what I had put together.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing that Finley carries around is a stack of ripped up Bible papers. I mean, that could be my item if
I mean, I put something I don't always carry around. I have a baseball bat. I could have Jeremy?
no, not anymore.
No.
This is on site now, Kian. Next time I see you, I'm gonna fucking fight you over this goddamn frog.
How much do I want to fight fire with Allie?
Oh, no. Is Allie gonna eat Jeremy? Ah,
Allie
shit.
would not eat Jeremy.
Okay.
Why is that your
God.
first inclination to say?
Because my dog likes to lick frogs, but my dog had a big mouth.
My cat tried to eat a frog. A firebelly toad, to be in fact.
They're just curious, and then they get really sick. So I just assumed that Allie would be like, "Oh look,
A snack.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you cook on that one. We're not gonna go there.
I got a 10 total."
I'm gonna give it to you because I rolled a 9.
I didn't think this was gonna work. I'm not.
That doesn't
at
mean
point-
that doesn't mean that Meg is not following you outside of the fucking mess hall, though.
I mean, I threw a frog at them.
I'm
so I think
handing
that's
Meg is handing the
valid.
frog to Mickey and then leaving the mess hall to come find your ass.
I love, by the way, that Meg was like, Pat's shenanigans, we're not even gonna roll for that, that's just dumb.
Meg had full confidence in their fellow counselors who were waiting at the door.
I'm just booking it to medical. I just want to know what's going on. Finley's just being nosy.
I like to
gonna
imagine
die.
that Mickey and oh shit, I'm forgetting which shortened version of that name Danny picked. What's Danny's character's name? Help me. Never speak of this again.
Liza.
Liza, thank you. I was like, Lizzie? No, that's wrong. Yeah, Liza and Mickey are just gonna hang out and small talk.
Liza's probably
And I
freaking
think
out.
I think Mickey, in order to like, yeah, exactly deal with that anxiety, is they're just gonna be like, hey, we can just pretend that we're rowing the boat and practice in case the event happens. And so that's what they're doing.
We're just gonna practice rowing the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I can envision that scene occurring, and just the fact that there would be a river of words coming out of Liza while practicing rowing the boat.
Absolutely.
I like to think that Pat and Sabrina are like walking very calmly, and Finley just like rambles around the corner on all fours, just like flying toward medical, because I know that camp counselor Meg is right behind me, and then I will get in trouble. So I just gotta get there first. I gotta get to Kitty first.
Allie's hanging out with Mickey and Liza, by the way. Liza is the anxiety priority. So, where are we gonna start with this, friends? Are we going back to medical, or are we figuring out what's going on with Pat and Sabrina?
I mean, Pat and Sabrina are going to medical in a roundabout way.
We're just going to the bathroom first for a very personal situation.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a double leave through the bathroom window
No.
situation?
How dare you? How dare you suggest that?
I mean,
No.
I don't think the
here's
windows
what
are big
I'm
enough.
going to say. When Pat and Sabrina are alone with Dr. Cartwright, Pat is going to look to Dr. Cartwright and say, one way or another, I'm going to figure out what's going on with my friend firsthand. And either I can do it with your approval or without.
Pat, you have to understand that there's a process to this. We're still trying to figure out what happened ourselves. And
Yeah,
getting
there's a process.
everybody involved all at once makes it really messy. We want Kenny to be able to give a unclouded report to the police. We want to be able to search the woods to find out and see if anybody else is still there so that everybody at camp stays safe and that this incident doesn't happen again. I can assure you, I saw Kenny. Kenny is okay.
There's that word again, incident. What happened?
As far as we can tell, Kenny got hit with a paintball gun. That's all. It was really loud and really scary. But ultimately, he is fine.
I think there have been enough hand injuries in this show already that I'm going to have, like, Pat kick a wall.
I think that's valid.
I don't have any other idea for what direction that scene goes, so I'm fine with that.
What if we just run? It's one person versus two people.
I am going to admit that if Sabrina ran, Pat would run, if only to make sure that Sabrina isn't alone.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna grab your hand. I'm gonna run.
And we ran.
Ran so far away. Yeah, no, it's 2 versus 1, and I don't think Cartwright is wearing the right shoes for this, so...
Bold of you to assume that she's not wearing trainers.
I don't know, I just picture every other doctor out there walking around in their
She
basic
works in a
casual
summer
clothes.
camp.
She works at a summer camp. She is rocking like the top of the line New Balance.
Okay, well,
But
The
she
New
knows where
Balance
she
shoes.
knows where
Really
you're
funny
going. She knows
do-
where you're
I do
going
track.
though.
The
Well,
New
yeah,
Balance
once we get
shoes are
there-
her object, okay?
look, once we get
it's
there, what are they gonna
Nikes
do?
for women in their 50s. Come on.
I'm running.
I am also running, apparently.
To
Finley's
medical?
running.
Yeah.
Finley's been gone.
Oh, we're all running to medical.
Whoa,
Yes.
Whoa, slow your roll.
Mickey's
there.
not running to
Well,
medical.
Mickey and Jeremy are hanging out at the table.
Kenny is
With
also
Liza.
not running to medical. He beat us there.
That is true.
I was hoping that these guys would like understand and think rationally. I was wrong. I was completely wrong.
Kenny
What?
got shot.
When has this group... Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter if Kenny got shot or not. I mean, it does, but not in this instance. Because when has this group ever done anything rational or straightforward?
You
We
know?
always take the roundabout way and messy as possible.
I was gonna sacrifice all of us, is what I just heard.
The other thing, of course, is that you forget that we are the protagonists in an RPG. Of course we're gonna go running. That's where the action is, damn it.
I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. So bold of you to assume I won't leave you behind when the killer comes.
We need to play that somewhere. Anyway, so yeah. Everybody but Mickey and Liza are running to medical. Do you just burst through the door? What's happening here?
I'm not stopping. Because I know that as soon as Camp Counselor Meg catches me, it's all over. And I really want to know what happened. So I just fly through the door and I look for Kenny. I don't know, like,
You
is
just
it-
fly past Dan and Lars, who are on their way back to the mess hall.
Doesn't matter. Actually, is either one of them wearing a cap?
Dan?
I'm gonna steal Dan's cap while I'm running past. I'm gonna keep running. Just because it's there.
Don't you already have a cap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan's.
Are you...
Two
No, you
Cap
have a-
Finley.
2 Cap Finley. That's what they called me in high school.
It was Dan's cap. She took both of Dan's caps, or they took both of Dan's caps.
Stealing it
I
again.
love that for Finley.
Right,
I
just
swear,
yelling,
I
"Thanks,
swear there
Dan."
was another cap that was taken in like a previous episode.
I have the heathen cap. I don't know what
Yeah.
this cap of Dan's is.
Are you gonna wear them at the same time?
No, I'm just stealing Dan's cap just to be a
What
little
the
shit.
fuck? What the point? What's the point?
Because Dan stole his cap back from me,
Yeah,
and then
but
I
you have to
stole
wear
it
2
back.
caps at one time.
I have to prove a point. It's just the principle of the matter.
Like, okay, Elsie, here's the thing.
What?
Maybe you didn't spend prerequisite time around teenage boys to experience this. Nothing that Kian is saying sounds at all surprising to me. Like, that's just Yeah,
No,
I stole
used
your
to steal
hat,
boys'
and then you
hats
stole
all
it
the time.
back. I gotta have it back.
I did
Well,
this shit
yeah,
all
no,
the
I did
time
that
in
all
high
the
school.
time. I did that, but like I'm just saying, you gotta wear them both at the same time to assert dominance.
I don't think that's true.
I think that
it is
now it
now.
is.
We've got a hat rack over in Violet Cabin now.
They're nailed to the
it's like a
ceiling.
Steal
trophy
as
wall.
many hats.
Yeah.
For a
We're
brief
mounting them.
moment, for
I
a
think
brief moment, I thought you misspoke saying violet instead of violence.
No, we're violence.
Because we choose violence so often.
Would Sabrina have said, if I steal the second hat, I have to wear it?
No, that's just
Okay.
Elsie.
I was going to say, Finley's pretty easily persuaded. So if Sabrina says it, Finley will probably do it.
Oh
but for
wow,
now-
damn. All right, good to know. Good to know.
I was gonna say if Kenny saw you steal Dan's cap, he would have just started giggling like a moron and go, "No cap."
No, you're in the cabin. You're in the med hall. Med
I mean, I would,
Oh,
the med building.
the med bay? Is
No,
that what
we're not in
it's
space,
called?
kid.
Medical cabin.
Medical building.
Never
The
been
med
to
hut.
damn it.
The med hut.
That's what we called it at the camp where I worked. It was like a proper building, but we all called it the Med Hut because that sounds funnier.
It does sound funnier.
That honestly sounds like perfect canon for me. Like, yes, that should be what we call it, the Med Hut.
I throw open the door to the med hut
I thought you said you throw up.
immediately.
heard meth hut.
Like, why?
To the med hut.
The anxiety of stealing a cap while running away from Counselor Meg was too much for
You
Finley.
ran too
I
far
thought
too
it-
fast, and you're not in physical fitness time, so you exerted yourself too much and you threw up.
I mean, it's very possible, but no. Finley is crashing through the door, cap in hand, heaving cap backwards on his head, looking for Kenny as soon as he opens the door. Is the med hut one big space, or are there rooms or like the little stalls with the curtains?
There's a back room there's a main room that's got like a bunch of chairs, and it's got a makeshift desk. This is the main area where like, oh, I skinned my knee or something, and that's that basic triage kind of treatment. And then there's the back room that's got more beds and like curtains, and that's where people go to lay down if they need to. Some of the more serious things are treated.
If I don't see Kenny immediately, I'm running to the back room. And as soon as I can find my friend. Kenny, what the hell happened? Did you get shot?
That's what they say.
Is Nurse Jackson still there?
Yes, she is, and she is very not pleased. What are you doing here? All the campers are supposed to be back in the mess hall.
Yep. Camp Counselor Meg is about to come through that door, probably really mad because I threw Jeremy at him.
Jeremy?
Jeremy's fine.
Who's Jeremy?
No.
The frog.
You throw another a frog? I thought you threw another camper.
Now that you say it, that was a much better idea. I probably should have done that.
Don't throw
mean-
other campers. The frog's bad
Jeremy's
enough.
like another camper.
Jeremy is a camper. That's a
shouldn't-
good point, Kenny. Anyway, what? Kenny was shot. I was in the cabin when it happened, and nobody would say what was going on.
Because we're still trying
was
to
a-
figure everything out. There's a process.
Was paintball not one of the sports today?
We don't offer paintball here.
Oh. I mean, it's just a paintball gun then. Why is everybody freaking out about it?
Because it was much louder than a paintball gun.
Well, are all the other campers accounted for? I realize now why you had us all gathered in one place.
Yes, that is exactly why we had everybody go where we needed them to. Do you understand why I said
you-
that there's a process to this?
You know that I am accounted for, so there's that. Pat and Sabrina are on their way, but I think Mickey and Liza stayed. So
Ooh, party? We're gonna have a party in here? Awesome.
I'll just take a seat over there, I guess. And
Please.
Finley, looking appropriately admonished, is going to sit in a chair and just stare at his shoes.
A second later, Meg kind of bursts through the door and is like, don't you fucking dare do that again.
Where's Jeremy? Did you catch Jeremy?
Yes, I caught Jeremy's back in the mess hall with Mickey and Liza.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have learned that this was not the best way to go about things.
You couldn't have learned that when I told you that?
Nobody would say what was going on.
I
and
told
don't
you
know.
what happened. And what I knew.
Well, it happened to Kenny. Maybe Kenny knew more.
Wish
promise
I could say I do.
I'll stay here with Kenny while he bleeds out on the table. Everything is fine.
Everything's going white. I was so young.
I think that's a perfect time for Pat and Sabrina to come barreling through.
And there you two are. Managed to ditch Cartwright, did ya?
Yeah, she runs really slow.
Yeah,
I don't think she tried to run, because I think she knew where we were going.
That makes a lot more sense.
kind of tries to peek around you to look out the door. No, it doesn't really seem like she's trying. But she's in sight range, so I think, yeah, she probably knew where you were going. So, like I said, Kenny's fine.
I think
Yeah, but
Kitty. Go ahead.
we had to see it with our own eyes.
Kitty
Kenny's
reaches. Kitty reaches out and goes. They say I've only got minutes to live, guys.
Oh my god, you are
This
not
is it.
helping this at all.
This is it. 9.
Nurse Jackson sighs and says, okay, from the medical professional in the room, he's fine. If not dramatic.
Well, then, if he's fine, it'd be fine for us to stay here with him.
You're here, and I can't. And it's not really best for you to be roaming the camp right now, so you can sit in the waiting room.
Why can't we sit here?
This group of little shits is just like...
Because,
I'm
right?
sitting down.
He's
Here.
sitting down.
I'm gonna sit next to Mickey.
Not fine. I don't
Not
care.
Mickey, Finley. Mickey's all the way in the other room.
Well, Finley's about to ask. I mean,
Because at
the whole
any
cabin's here. Isn't it easier for you to keep all of us accounted for if everybody else is here? Shouldn't
because at
Mickey
any
and Liza
point
just join us?
because at any point now the director is going to come in here and want to talk to Kenny, and I believe the police are going to show up too, and they're going to want to talk to him also, and you're not going to be allowed to be in the room when that happens.
I need my attorney present.
Yeah, don't talk to anyone without a lawyer.
I mean, this is the 80s. They would find a way to spin this around so that the gay kid was at fault for getting shot.
Oh yeah. But
That's so weird that Finley, Sabrina, and I are the 3-person legal team of Kenny.
I don't think C lawyers count as having passed the bar.
The thought was too dumb, and it came into my head. I had to say it.
It's all good. We were just having a little bit of witty repartee.
I just realized that I hadn't said Pat is sitting down next to Sabrina.
Finley will be compliant when the police arrive, but is certainly not leaving until that point.
I think with everybody there, Kenny would be like, "Oh, you guys are so nice. You came to see me. I see everybody's getting along. That's good."
That's right. We're here for you.
Pat, you should totally poke the bruise. It's fun.
Don't
They won't
poke
let
the
me.
bruise. Nurse Jackson is working on paperwork, but still sitting in the room, specifically because Kenny keeps trying to poke the bruise.
Ow.
Stop it.
Do you need help getting Kenny not to poke the bruise?
Yes.
Okay. Pat will stand up and help by getting Kenny not to poke the bruise, because that means now she's helping and will not be thrown from the room. I'm also so sorry, Meg.
I just wanted to poke the bruise.
So, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, not that long. Director White and the police do arrive at the tent, and the three of you, are asked to step out of the room so that they can talk to Kenny. They had already talked to Dan and Lars before they came here, but they want to talk to Kenny, and it's some fairly boilerplate questions like, where were you? What did you see? What did you hear? Feel? What happened? As much as they could about what happened. And I imagine you tell them what you can. Or
I think it's at this point that Kenny starts to realize that he's coming down because the adrenaline's worn off and he's starting to really hurt. The bruise is actually no longer just oh hey, this feels fun to poke. It's now ow, that actually really hurts. And then yeah, he'll be like, yeah, I remember seeing the forest. I don't remember anybody other than whoever else was on the trail with us. I heard the loud pop. That was about it.
And it kind of comes down into talking about the aftermath. Director White talks about how the steps after what happened. Dan and Lars took you back to medical. They brought all the campers back to the mess hall to take head count. The adults, like Director White, a couple of the others, went out and immediately looked through the forest to see if they could find any evidence of what happened. The police were called to get involved. And basically everything else that kind of got them to this point that they're at now. And through this whole thing, Kenny, you can kind of see that they're treating it very Daisy, like, it's not very important. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
In fact, and this is very much, and this one kind of gets a rise out of the director at one point. One of them refers to it as a prank, and Director White does not care for that at all, and pushes them more towards like wanting to search through the woods again, insisting that there had to at least have been along the road somewhere that they had to have pulled over to get into that part of the woods. But overall, the officer's treated as nothing. And they say basically, we'll keep an eye on things and see what we can find out. Otherwise, if you feel like it's a problem, send them home. And with that, the officers take their leave.
I don't know what you do have planned next, but I have a brief thing to say to Counselor Meg since he's with us.
Go for it.
At some point during whenever the cops are in there with Kenny, Pat is going to look over at Counselor Meg and say, somebody did get shot. It was a paintball gun, but he got shot.
Yeah. Which is... it's still dangerous. It's not a prank, it's a threat.
I'm trying to figure out why you told us no one got shot. And Meg can probably tell from Pat's tone of voice that for Pat, that feels like an actual betrayal.
Because the first thing we're taught to do is to say anything we can to keep you guys calm.
Don't like being lied to.
I'm sorry.
I accept the apology. And she'll probably turn away at that point.
I think with that, the officers take their leave, and as much as they can, they try to get everyone settled up into what is a fairly normal evening routine. The official announcement that goes out to the campers during dinner is that they're fairly transparent about it, is that someone was goofing around with a paintball gun in the woods, and it was fired. It hit one of the campers, and it was a big scare. So it was a big scare. They weren't sure what happened, so they tried to do everything they could to find out and make sure everybody was safe. So that's why it got a little chaotic, and yeah, it was scary, but it was to try to make sure everyone was safe. But everyone is okay. Um, but over the next day, everyone's going to be meeting with the director and Dr. Cartwright to have a conversation about what happened, one-on-one, and decide and talk about where to go from there. About what happened. But for now, eat up, try to get some sleep. For the night, that's that.
Does Mickey have Jeremy?
Of course.
Finley will walk over and grab Jeremy. Thanks for taking care of him. I needed to use him as a diversion, so.
Yeah. Meg told me that you threw Jeremy at it.
I asked her to watch him. Suddenly and quickly, and, he jumped. So.
Oh, okay.
My frog did that and then it died. I'm just saying.
In
Your
the
frog
world of this
jumped
game,
and
Elsie, your
died.
frog is not real.
My frog's not real anymore either. He's dead.
Jesus. Elsie
I'm
out here
going-
wild.
Elsie out here saying dead people aren't real.
They don't exist anymore. Let's have a little ghost frog.
Maybe.
I might. Maybe. Haven't seen him yet.
It'd be pretty fucking fun.
I don't think
Just
he'd
palling
like it.
around at the ghost pond.
The ghost pond?
What the fuck?
You know,
Drinking spirits at the ghost pond.
I don't think frogs drink. They absorb through osmosis of their skin.
There's the real killer in this game, y'all. It's Elsie killing the jokes.
So,
I will say, at least if we're talking about conversations, that Pat is going to tell Sabrina thanks.
You're welcome.
I think
You get out of there somehow.
Mickey is going to be asking y'all when you get back, like, Kenny okay?
But otherwise, fine.
Got shot with a paintball gun.
I don't. Is that bad?
It's bad that it happened more than it's bad for his health.
Okay.
It's not great.
Wait, did Kenny come with?
Yeah, I'm assuming they let me out of the med tent, yeah.
Oh, okay.
once
okay.
he's cleaned up
Then-
and, not totally high.
and re-shirted, I assume.
and has a clean shirt on.
I'm definitely not high anymore. You just see Kenny looks like hammered crap. He looks just drained of everything.
Currently,
Mickey
Pat,
will offer to finagle food for Kenny. Because
and
he's too busted up to do that himself, clearly.
currently Pat has an effective -2 to mind, because Pat is trying to figure out if holding hands is now a thing that Sabrina and Pat do without talking about it. God damn it, Vermin!
I'm gay. I'm just here for all the gay.
Are we not all gay?
I mean, yeah, but
this is
like,
gay camp, man.
This is gay camp at gay camp. Let me Let me make my eyes at the camera when you do something cute.
I missed it. What did you do?
Pat
Just one of my
is
faces. Just
Not you.
Yeah,
No.
classic.
You're
Pat
always cute, Brennan.
is just
Oh.
thinking about if now Sabrina and Pat holding hands is a thing, or if it just like happened.
Oh, okay.
Like she's not saying anything about it. She's cooking.
Just cook.
But
Okay, we're gonna let her cook.
Yeah.
Simmer,
You
if
can
you will.
smell the rubber burning, but nothing is said.
Why are we cooking rubber?
definitely. Because she has a negative to
'Cause
mind.
She's thinking really hard
Oh,
about it.
you cook too
She's thinking
hard.
so hard that you
Gotcha.
can hear the gears
I understand.
grind.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining every joke tonight to me because I'm an idiot. I appreciate it. I say that sincerely. That sounded a little bit sarcastic, but I sincerely appreciate it because I'm an idiot.
So,
I'm here for you.
dinner is had. And then the next day, one by one, campers get pulled into the office with Dr. Cartwright and Director White. And it comes down to talking about what happened, how each individual is feeling about being at camp, if they feel safe, they're okay. And ultimately, everybody gets the same offer of the chance to call home and take their leave of camp if they want to. Same gets offered to each of you.
I think the cut to for Mickey when that's offered is absolutely not.
I'm not on speaking terms with my parents, so I would also not call them. That's a no for me. I'm fine where I'm at.
I think we can get to Pat's answer a little bit after because it's a bit more involved.
I think Finley is realizing the next day, like, oh, people are taking this seriously. Finley absolutely was not. And so when the offer is made of actually being able to leave, by then Finley is a lot calmer and just, no, I think I'm okay. I'd rather stay here with my friends if I can.
I think for Kenny, once he gets in there, he's still very tired. He says, are you guys gonna make me call my folks to tell them that I got hurt? I have no intention of leaving. I just want to make sure I don't need to tell them everything that happened.
Do you feel safe enough calling them to tell them what happened, that you got hurt?
I mean, I feel safe here. I mean, I've had the time of my life here. If I have to tell my parents that I got hurt, then I guess I just have to talk to them. But if I don't have to, fuck them.
I think right now we're okay. I suppose we can see what happens and what comes out of the police investigation. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't feel, honestly, if I didn't have to leave, I wouldn't.
Okay. And that's what we'll do. We're still obviously going to keep a record of what's happened.
Cool. If you guys need help looking for whoever did this, I'm always down to help.
Maybe if you can promise not to try to break your hands again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on. Go check back in with your cabin mates.
Thanks.
As far as Pat goes, can you tell me how Cartwright words what she says one more time about the parents?
I know yours is a unique situation, given you were brought in by a social worker, but given what happened, is there anyone you would like to contact about the incident, the scare, about possibly going to another facility or even home?
You're not saying you don't, you didn't find anything, did you? Like, I really don't. I don't know if you were looking. I just, no. No.
We were looking, we just haven't been able to find anything yet. If the social workers
Good.
have found anything, they haven't shared it with us.
Good. I'm trying not to lie anymore, but I hope you don't find anything.
You feel safer here than there?
Not even a question.
It's a question, and it's one I'm gonna pick your brain over, but that's also not the topic of today's discussion.
If you want to know, I don't want to go back there again. And I don't want them to know where I am.
And I'll see what I can do about gathering some resources for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Welcome. I think it's... Gee, checks her watch. I think it's about time that you go meet back with your cabin and get ready. There's another event coming up. Well, not an event, but an activity.
Sorry about ghosting you.
Honey, I'm used to it. Sometimes it's one step forward and 2 or 3 steps back. What's important
That
is coming
sounds
back.
like it sucks.
It does. But you came back.
Well, it wasn't about coming back then. It was about making sure that Kenny was okay. That's what mattered.
It was still something.
Yeah. And she'll walk out. What the fuck? I just look up and see the two biggest shit-eating grins.
It's
It's fine, don't
entirely
worry.
Elsie's fault.
It is. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thanks for apologizing.
I'm sorry. It will happen again, but it will. But I'm sorry.
Of course it will. You're LC.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have anything else to say.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't
It's
know
part
anymore.
of the package, LC.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
So I think we're gonna take a pause there and step away for a few minutes and take a break.
Really good idea.
Yeah. We'll let our crew get some of this chaos out of their veins, and we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Bye bye. Hello, everybody. We are back from our rabbit hole break where we discussed onions and mushrooms. Very, very important camp related things. They're very important.
I mean, related to this camp, yes, food crimes.
Food crimes. We are not doing food crimes tonight. The vibes are off. But we can get back to what's happening at camp, which is after going through the day of Director White and Dr. Cartwright pulling in each of the campers one by one and asking them if they want to call home and maybe leave camp a bit early. A few people actually do take up on that offer. It seems that they got a little bit spooked by that quote unquote prank that happened out in the woods. So a few people do end up taking that offer to leave. And over the next couple of days, any activities that take place in the woods, such as hiking, are placed off limits. Activities are restricted to within the campsite itself. White is seen a lot more, almost as if he's kind of patrolling the edge of camp and even exploring out into the woods themselves. But that doesn't stop the activities getting organized. After a couple of days, the counselors start getting cabins and their campers ready for an overnight camping trip. So, Meg comes to the cabin one evening and lets you all know that next morning you guys are going to be canoeing out to Runner's Isle, the island that's in the middle of the lake. You're going to be doing an overnight camping trip out on the isle.
Woo!
Finley is already packed.
Point of order. Did any of the people who leave from our rival cabin?
No.
Damn.
Pink and yellow all stay.
Oh, good. Alex is still there.
Y'all have to get used to this.
It's just a silly little giggle that you do.
It's
Just
it's once a month. I
silly
don't
little
know if I
giggle.
could get used to things like that once a month. I need more vermin in my life, apparently.
Sorry, Meg.
Nothing to be sorry about. But... So, the night is spent. I guess everyone in their excitement is kind of gathering stuff to get ready. Then the morning of is getting the actual, like, gear and stuff ready.
Filling our gas containers full of water. Because you gotta bring fresh water. It's not gonna be water on the island.
Yeah.
Getting the canteens, all the tents and sleeping bags and everything all set up. Liza decidedly having too much anxiety about it, is going to stay at the cabin with Allie and take care of her.
In montage, because I don't want you to have to play Liza, but like there's a long sequence of at least Mickey trying to convince her to come with.
That would be on that as well.
Yeah, ultimately it's a long process, but ultimately it just ends up deciding that it's better for Liza for her to just stay in the cabin and study, do her work, and take care of Allie.
Point of order. Are we packing tents or are we tarping it?
Back in tents.
Herman, why did that matter?
It will when everybody decides where they want to sleep.
I mean, like tarps is the same issue, right? Like sleeping next to people under tarps. That's how it was when I was in the wilderness for 21 days.
Okay,
We all were, like,
okay.
under one blanket on the ground.
There's one Meg.
Yeah.
And it sounds like at least 2 tents.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. That's the whole thing.
Okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. Maybe it's just one tent.
Y'all aren't thinking like teenagers. Come on.
No,
Come on.
I'm telling
Keep
you
up.
right now. When I was in the wilderness for 21 days on Outward Bound, we had tarps and we were all sleeping under the same tarp.
Yeah.
But there were like 2 tarps, one for like the girls and one for the guys. So like it's the same thing with like a tent, right?
Except
it's in a closed space.
Okay, yeah, a tent does close. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. I got you. It took me a minute. We've already established I need help getting places. Like jokes. Anyways, I'm sorry.
We're on LC assistance duty, and it is fine.
Kian clearly has the brain cell tonight.
I'm guessing one of the other
Absolutely
Chaos
not.
crew stole it for tonight.
I think it's JT, honestly. They're being very
Probably.
productive.
But everything is gathered, loaded up on the canoes, and once everything is ready, you guys set out. It's a fairly nice day out. Some spotted clouds are crossing in front of the sun. Nice weather. And make your way across the lake to the Isle.
Are there fish in the lake?
There's some fish.
Can I try to catch one with my hand?
If you would like to try to catch a fish, go for it.
I would. What would you like me to roll for that?
Mm.
Body to see if you stay in the canoe.
Will to just because I have the audacity to try and catch a fish.
I'm gonna say Dex to keep your balance.
Wait, what is that in this game? Is that body?
There's mind, body, spirit, and
Body, yeah, body. I forgot my own stats.
That's okay because that's a 12. I'm
With
gonna run from the killer and I'm gonna roll double ones, but I can throw a frog and I can catch a fish, and that's all that matters to Finley right now.
with eyes like a damn hawk and reflexes like a damn viper or something, you catch a fish out of the water.
Hell yeah.
Now, what do you do with it?
Well, first of all, Finley turns around in the classic Tinder pose, holding the fish. Super
That
sick.
classic tender pose from the 80s.
From the 80s. Well, they caught it a la Mulan, but also that. Also from the 80s. I caught a fish!
Catch a fish with your bare hands?
I caught a fish! I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Holy shit, that's
I
cool.
need to know if this fish is fighting back and if it slaps Finley in the face while trying to get away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair question. I caught it! And just like get smacked in the face. I caught a fish! I caught a fish!
Oh, with your hands?
With my hand. I didn't think I was gonna
Put it
get this
back!
far.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
Put it back!
We have
Put it back in
food.
the water!
Okay. And I will very gently, because I've already traumatized this fish enough, I will very gently put it back in the water and let it go away. I will look to see if Mickey is impressed.
Poor
Very.
salmon.
Yes.
This is poor fucking salmon.
A whole ass salmon? Yo, salmon are big as fuck.
Probably not a salmon.
Probably
my
not
God.
a salmon.
That would-
Salmon are river fish.
That would be so fucking funny though.
So they gotta go out and migrate to sea. They teach you a lot
Catfish?
about salmon when you grow up in Washington.
I don't know what kind of fish would be in the lake, to be honest.
Something-
Catfish, trout, bass.
Maybe a trout. Bass,
Trout's
bass
fine.
are big fish too.
I could probably find an average sized trout.
Lake
I'm not going
fish
deep enough for a
in
catfish.
Appalachia.
Trout. Trout.
Like, if it's
Bass,
actually-
bluegill, bass, walleye, perch, bass, catfish.
Perch is a good
probably
one.
Perch.
Perch is a good
Perch
Yeah.
would
one.
make
Statistically.
sense.
Perch is a good one. Okay. That's allowed. I'll allow it. I was very proud with my tiny ass perch. Showing everybody spinning around on the boat.
It perched its fin on your face like BAM!
It did.
Alright. So after traumatizing the perch and making your way across the lake, you guys shore up on the beach and start unloading everything off of the canoes. It's a little bit of a trek to the clearing where you guys are going to set everything up for the night. And after going through everything with the counselor, more experienced counselors, they walk you through everything on how to like pitch the tent. Some people are sent off to collect firewood, everything, and you guys set everything up for everything that you need for the night. It takes some time to do it, but it's relatively simple until somebody gets caught in the tent because the posts weren't nailed down properly.
That's
It was
probably
Mickey. Mickey and Kenny
Oh,
both.
Could either be either of us, honestly.
Probably both of you. Same tent.
Yeah, we just eat shit on the fly lines on the opposite sides.
yeah, that's about right.
But it's about midday. By the time everything's done, you guys get to sit down and eat lunch, which comes about. It's, for the most part, just some pre-made sandwiches that the mess hall, the folks in the mess hall put together for you guys. So everything was pre-made and ready for you guys to eat for lunch, and after that, your counselors say you guys can have free roam of the island as long as you're back before darkfall.
Mickey is like trying to figure out what the sleeping arrangements are. This is very important.
Yeah, you organize that with your cabin mates.
I think it doesn't dawn on Pat that this is important until Mickey starts talking about it.
Mickey is trying not to talk about it because Mickey doesn't want any of Meg's attention on it. But it's like casually kind of like looking, seeing where people throw their stuff.
How many tents are there, and how many people can fit per tent?
I'm gonna say it's 3 a tent. And because of that number, it's likely that some people from different cabins are shoring up together.
Mm-hmm. Did the counselors sleep in a separate tent?
The counselors are probably short. Some of the counselors are probably shoring up together, yeah.
Okay.
I will do as I did when we moved into the cabins and spread my shit out far too much in a tent so that it is as unwelcoming and inconvenient as possible to share the tent with me.
Mickey
This sounds
will
like you're daring Mickey.
Mickey will kind of like look into the tent, seeing you do this, holding a like bag and sleeping bag.
Here, and very quickly, is just super quick to push. I'm trying to spread it out so that
Yeah,
we don't have to share a tent. Well, I mean, it's cool if it's just us, but like 3 people in the tent is like, it's gonna be really, and just getting super red.
like Lucky, and Mickey starts doing the same thing of like taking as much stuff out and yeah, a complete suitcase grenade in there.
Cool. Hopefully, it'll just be you and me. I mean, not hopefully, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Finley's gonna turn around and walk away.
I do want to know where everybody else is trying to sleep because I think no matter what tent Sabrina is in, that result is funny.
Yeah. Pat is, after seeing this debacle unfold, Pat realizes the importance and is going to go over to Sabrina and say, so, where are you bunking?
I don't know. Kind of wherever there's open room. It looks like Finley's trying to take a whole tent to themselves, so I really don't know how that's going to work out mathematically. Kind of was thinking about going over there and moving some of their stuff on purpose. But I was just going to see where everybody settles and then come back later and do it.
Cool. Yeah, I probably do something similar.
You want to help me move Finley's stuff?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, and you invited this. You want to be a menace, I'm going to be a menace right back.
I wasn't being a menace to you.
Yeah, but in a roundabout way you were.
Oh, okay.
Because it's my character. Also,
Apparently, you were being a menace to society.
A menace, if you will. I am going to I'm doing this for Mickey, first of all. I'm gonna make room for you. I'm moving stuff away. And
I,
it's Finley.
no. My stuff is like now equally spread out in
Okay,
there.
well, we're both gonna move both of your shit then. What if we just like put our stuff in the middle between you two? How big
I
of a
was
block
gonna
would
say,
that be?
what is the goal here?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I didn't get this part in my thought process, but I thought it was really funny.
There's
This
three
is like
person
Finley
tents.
once he's caught the fish.
Yeah. Sabrina didn't think she'd get this far. She kind of like just showed up, and then there was too much stuff everywhere, and half of it's Mickey's and half of it's Finley's, and I don't think she knows whose is whose. Probably gonna get mixed up.
They're just moving everything for Kenny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Kenny's kind of just after we get all the tents set up, he goes and looks to see if Alex joined them on the island.
Oh, this is an pretty much everybody thing.
Okay, so he's gonna go and help Alex set up the tent.
Alex will welcome the assistance as he is struggling to get the long posts over the tent that you have to get both sides pinned down.
Hmm.
Yeah, he is struggling with that because it keeps popping back up on one side.
Yeah, let me get this side. I can hold it down, and then you just put it in on the other side there.
Oh, thank God! Thanks.
Hey,
Did not want to admit that this thing was kicking my ass.
trust me, I totally get it with my hands all jacked up right now, but it is what it is.
Alright, let's see. That should do the trick. Awesome. How are your hands doing, by the way?
They're better. The one is movable, the other one definitely isn't.
How about the bruise on your chest?
Kenny opens up his shirt a bit. So, I mean, it's pretty gnarly looking.
That looks very angry.
Yeah. I was poking at it for a little while. It felt fun then, but oh my God, does it not feel good now?
How many painkillers were you on that made it seem fun?
A lot. Like a copious amount.
I don't know. Probably why it looks so angry now.
Yeah. Probably should have listened to the doc when they told me not to poke it. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be looking for a roomie, would you? Because all of the other cabin mates are kind of spoken for.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Damien and I are looking for somebody. Oliver decided to stay on the island, stay on the shore.
I mean, I've been told that I'm kind of like a furnace, so at least I can keep the two of you warm.
Hey, that's a plus.
Hey, well, let me go grab my stuff. I'll come join you guys.
Cool. You're fraternizing with Yellow Cabin for the record.
Oh, I'm well aware.
All right. So long as you're aware.
When Mickey sees you grabbing your stuff and moving towards Yellow Cabin's territory, it's just
I stop real quick. I'm like, no, listen, hear me out, okay?
our mortal enemies. Lars's kids.
I know, and it's not cool, but also, one, I'm getting back at Charlie because fuck that guy, right?
Fair.
And two, I really like Alex. Look at him. He's pretty goddamn cute.
Mickey will make like a best attempt to assess the attractiveness of Alex and be like, I think I see it.
Okay, fine, whatever. I think he's cute. And
No, don't. No, like, I'm not trying to say he's not cute. I'm just.
but also like, I know Charlie was into him, and I really want to stick it to Charlie because you remember that whole thing.
You're dastardly.
I try. I learned from the best.
Okay. Well, go stick it to him. Not in a.
Yeah. I know.
Maybe you do you.
And he just like quickly scampers off.
Imagining Kenny scampering is something that is a treat.
Like feral on all fours, just like.
Oh,
fingers
I was imagining him like with his bag up and like on the tippy toes.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the Fred
Coochie.
Flintstone.
I see. We all have different interpretations of scampering. One of them more feral than the other, which tracks.
Do you imagine Kenny as a cryptid?
But when someone says I'm scampering
Do you
somewhere, yeah,
not?
I kind of picture cryptid.
Okay.
I don't think of cryptids as scamperers, but that's just a difference in.
Just scampering
Conception.
we're on all fours, like limbs flailing.
That's not scamper. That's running wildly. If you're like,
Oh no,
God.
no, not with your arms in the air, like rolling, like running on all fours, like up the stairs.
I
Okay.
guess.
Like
I
you
guess.
scamper up the stairs on all fours.
Well, to me, the qualifier on all four. This is not important. This is not the role play.
This is not. We went from food crimes to word crimes.
Good song. With whatever interim time that we have, Mickey is going to be exploring the island, and mostly looking to see like what's the Mickey's the kind of person who will find like the highest point on a thing and then like go up there, try to get to the top of the thing. So Mickey's off trying to find the top of the island.
Breath of the Wilding the island.
Exactly. Mickey would fuck up a glider, both literally and metaphorically.
Okay. So as you explore, there's some semblance of a path. Almost like this is a route that's been taken before. Obviously definitely not a daily taken trail, but it's a path. Some adventurous campers before you that leads in several directions, likely different parts of the island. And you can find one that treks their way to the top of a cliff. I want to say a cliff pass, but to the top of the hill. And you make it to the top, and that's a heck of a view. From the top there, you can see down to where the campsite is. You can see across the water to where the actual camp is. You can see out to the trees and the lakeside all around you.
Am I close enough to the island camp that I could like yell at them and have them hear me?
Uh,
I'm doing it either way. I'm just wondering if anybody hears me.
probably very faintly.
Hey, I found the highest spot. How's the weather down there?
You guys hear something? I think that I swear I hear Mickey.
I thought I heard that too.
Probably just the wind.
If nobody immediately looks back up, Mickey is just like off to admiring the view and like checking out the bugs and the plants. Is this like a wooded island?
Yes.
What's the tree situation? Sparse, dense, a mix.
Around where the actual, like where the clearing of the campsite is, it's on the sparser side, but further in, it's denser, and then there's another area like on the opposite side that's sparse again. And from where you are at, you can actually see that it looks like it's another clearing where there once was a building.
Assuming nobody else has something that they want to do, the next thing that Mickey would do would be like, hey, there's a cool old building.
Cool old building.
Cool old building? Cool old building?
Cool building.
Building, let's go.
Let's go. And Mickey, it will do her darndest to get everybody going towards the building.
Are we allowed? Like, is this something we would have to sneak for, Meg?
Why would you be sneaking?
That's what I was asking. Like, do we have to be like stealthy to get to this old building? Like, is this like an off limits area or just old building?
Would you guys mind giving me a moment and talking amongst yourselves?
We can trail chat.
I will be back in a moment.
Okay.
Hey, does anybody know if Charlie saw me with Alex?
I have no idea.
Ah, shit.
But I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Maybe you gotta make it more obvious.
Sabrina's
Then you'll know. You'll know if he saw you with Alex.
Sabrina knows what she's talking about. I would trust her.
Why
Why?
make it obvious?
Because he's trying to make him jealous.
But point, why not just make it about Alex and not about Charlie?
That's true. Eventually, Charlie might see. And you don't have to worry about whether he saw or not, because they'll just happen.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So how do I do this?
Just hang out with them. Normally.
Mickey will look towards Finley, flush, and then not say anything.
Pat doing the exact same thing, but with Sabrina.
Wow. Okay. So I went to the wrong people for this one. All right.
Sabrina
that mean?
seemed like she had ideas.
Yeah. Talk
What
to Sabrina.
What ideas? I just said go hang out with him.
That's
Yeah,
an
that-
idea.
No,
That's
yeah.
a great
That
suggestion.
sounds like more than any of the rest of us had.
Yeah. Okay.
What? You guys just not hang out with people normally?
I
Like, that's just how you get to know someone. Like, do you not get to know people? Do you guys have friends?
No.
But I don't have a crush on most of my friends.
But, like, before you get to crushing on someone, where do you go to first? Friends. You have to hang out with someone to become friends with them and have to be friends with them before you have a crush on them.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
don't ask me for advice anymore then.
Okay.
No, I'm just
No,
saying
no.
that's it's not. They have like a word for that in group, where like you gotta know someone first.
Uh Demi?
Something like that. It was Demi? Like Demi Moore?
I thought it was
Something.
pronounced Demi. Demi.
No, that's only if you're Italian.
Damn it, see.
Can we say that live?
Can we say that in the 80s?
No.
What?
It's a me didn't exist.
Oh. Mario was a thing.
Mario
Yes.
didn't speak until Mario World in the early 90s.
Did he speak in Mario?
He
Yeah.
made sounds.
And the actual "It's a Me" didn't happen until Super Mario 64.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Okay, well, I'm a time traveler, I guess. What?
I said, wow, that's so cool.
I know.
But I said it
fucking-
under my breath.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying is friend, hang out, crush. That's the order of operations.
Usually, yeah. How else do you know if you like someone? Like, what if you have nothing in common?
I
Okay,
kissed a lot of people that I knew nothing about.
Okay, but kissing someone and having a crush on them is two different things.
I mean, I had a crush on Charlie, and I barely knew him.
But you want to get to know him, right?
I wanted to up until he broke my heart.
Yeah, so here, hypothetically, let's say you have a crush on someone. Like, what do you do with that?
I'm sorry, Pat, are you asking what to do if you have a crush on someone at all?
Kind of.
Sabrina,
What?
you're the expert on what to do about crushes. We
I already
established
told
that.
you. You hang out with them. And you get to
Cool.
know them. Like a normal person.
Normal person things. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Kenny just lifts a hand, goes cough.
Did you just say cough?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Do you have something to add to the conversation? Or do you need to go see the nurse? 'Cause you have
No,
bad cough.
you know what? No,
I
I'm
think we
just
sent
gonna.
Kenny to the nurse quite enough.
I think I'm gonna let this one. I'm gonna let this one cook.
What are you
a-
What are you
a-
cooking?
have a
S'mores.
question. When in this theoretical process, and Finley is not looking at Mickey, when in this theoretical process does the kissing happen?
This is all getting very specific. Could happen
I'm
at any
just-
time.
Oh,
Hypotheticals can be super specific. I'm with Finley here. Like you don't know if
I mean, like, it could happen at any time. I don't feel like there's a specific moment you have to look for. It just kind of happens. When did I become relationship guru here?
If anyone else had asked that question, Mickey's answer probably would have been before, during, after, whenever.
I just sometimes there are, barriers to those kinds of things. You don't always experience them. I'm gonna shut up now. She kind of like walks.
I think I see the cool building, and Finley is following that.
Why is everyone so fucking weird?
So. So.
I'm happy to leave that one there.
As you guys are making your way through the trees, you can see that this building had to have been multiple levels. You can see the top would have been the tops of a couple of different couple of floors up over the ridge. And through the trees, are you guys paying attention to these woods as you go through?
I'm looking for animals and things, but I'm not. I'm half in the conversation, half looking for critters, so not really being super successful at either.
Same.
I think Pat at this point is looking like out of the conversation and toward the next thing. So she's not paying a whole lot of attention. And I did
Mickey's
state
enjoying
that
the
she was
majesty of
going off
nature.
first, so.
Mickey's enjoying the majesty of nature, but is also stoned.
Those of you who are kind of looking for things, make me mind rolls.
Can I make a mind roll just to fail it?
Go for it. Have
I think-
fun.
I definitely think Kenny is just looking around to look around.
Holy shit, I was so accurate. That was a 4.
I rolled a 10.
Hold on. 7.
Is that a 2d6, right?
Yep.
8.
It's a good thing that wasn't for real.
Was it a fail?
No, it was an 11.
Oh my god.
It's the highest I can possibly roll.
So what was it? 7 above's a success. So those of you who rolled that 7 and above, you notice something like as you're walking through the trees. There are things hanging in branches. Upon closer inspection, if you go for closer inspection, I mean,
Things going.
they're little ornaments made out of small animal bones wrapped in what looks like colorful thread and hair.
Whoa.
Not touch any of these.
What?
And
Yeah.
I know that that's weird coming from me. But we should not touch any of these.
I think that's like when Finley starts talking about is when Pat like looks back. What the hell are you? What?
Finley, cool.
Yeah, I think I'm cool. The hell am I looking at?
It's like bones and stuff.
But we
Is
end
this
up in
some
like
kind
bone collector territory. It's a
Is this
taxidermy place.
a leftover arts and crafts from the last group here?
What kind of arts
Do
and
you think we could
crafts
just
do you
find
do with
bones around?
bones?
Me?
All of the arts and crafts, Pat. Bones are cool.
And it's not unnecessarily that it's not necessarily out of the realm of possibilities to find small animals on this island. You can hear like birds. So you can hear birds, you can spot burrows. So there are definitely like small creatures that could be found on this island.
I'm also not gonna touch it because that seems weird. Like, I know I said that it could be an arts and crafts experiment, or not experiment, but like arts and crafts thing, but I think it's pretty freaky. I was just trying to make myself feel better. I'm gonna be real.
That's so
I've worked.
cool.
I've worked with bone before because my dad kind of uses them to do like some glass work and stuff. This is strange, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely not touch any of these.
You scared of the bone ghost?
Can I look around for varmint and animal traps?
Sure.
The bone ghost.
The bone
The
ghost.
bone go.
It finds you in the woods.
If
and
you
then
touch
it
'em,
goes,
the bone ghost.
ah! And then you jump out of your own skin. And that's the bone ghost.
So that was a 10, Meg. If you don't mind me rolling for that one.
So nearby, you do spot what looks to be a trap that actually does have a critter in it, but from what you can tell, that has been there a very long time. It is the creature that's in it is just a skeleton. Looked like it was set a long time ago and was never emptied.
Hmm. Yeah, guys, I think we should just get out of here and be very, very careful. Because I think this is a trapper's hut.
It's like collapsed and stuff, though.
Doesn't mean
What?
that there aren't traps still laid out.
But they're like animal traps, right?
Yeah.
Animal traps can still break bones.
Of like animals.
Humans.
I'm not gonna get caught. And Mickey points down to the cage that has what I can only assume is a raccoon skeleton in it. I'm not gonna get caught in that.
No, but if you catch one of those mini bear traps or one of like a rabbit snare that might have a pin, my dad's forced me to go hunting. I've seen what these things can do. They're not great. They are terrible.
You guys are noticing
And
that the weather is starting to turn a bit dark. The clouds are moving in and the wind is starting to pick up.
Are we on like a pretty well stomped trail? Because
Fairly, yeah.
well, they wouldn't They wouldn't put the traps on the trail. They're not trying to catch people.
So we stick to the trail.
Yeah, should be fine.
And we don't touch any of the bones in the trees.
No bone trees.
No tree bones.
Bones on the ground, though.
Why? What's the difference?
That
Mickey will reach into the cage and try to take as much of the skull of the animal as possible.
You don't want to talk about my food crimes and you're over here touching animal bones in cages.
I mean, to be fair, it looks like it's already been cleaned by time.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably like partially submerged in like leaves and stuff if it's that picked over. Whoa.
the teeth are just falling out as you're moving it.
Oh, shit. And Mickey will take the teeth and shove them in a pocket.
As somebody who has scavenged bones, this is typically how it goes.
Sabrina's just got like the most like weirded out, horrified face. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Look, this
Come on.
this stuff
Nope.
is just like the natural cycle of life. That
I don't want to touch either of these bones.
Just
Gross.
bones.
No, it's
They're
gross.
just bones. Bones are cool. Completely to Finley.
bones are pretty fucking cool.
Pat looks over at Sabrina. You okay?
No, yeah, I'm fine. It's just a little weird and not normal to be picking up animal bones and putting them in your pocket that you randomly found on a trail.
Yeah.
Make like a cool necklace. Or just
A
have a cool
bone?
skull. Skulls are cool.
I think my aunt uses them to tell fortunes.
Can you tell fortunes at the campfire tonight?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
Can you make it up?
Yes.
I think that'll still be cool, I guess. We've got a hut, and Mickey is gonna. It's gonna get dark soon, so if we want to see the hut, we gotta go.
Okay, to the hut, Just no more bones. Please don't pick up any more bones.
No bone zone.
I'm looking for a bone so that I can impress Mickey.
Just not tree bones.
Not tree bones.
Ground bones only.
Yes.
Looking for bone meal.
Remind me bones next time we go on break.
Okay.
I have cool bones. I have cool bones that I want to show off.
Yes, please. My bones are here behind me.
My bones are in storage right now.
My
rough.
bones are in my body.
All right. So you guys make your way to the you make your way over the ridge to the ruins, which is effectively what you saw up on the ridge. It was it's a crumbled cobblestone building with rotten wood and decrepit rock in what is a loose foundation of a building.
How collapsed does it look? I ask because if it's completely collapsed, Mickey checks it out up close. If it's not looking collapsed, but potentially is still dangerous, Mickey will check it out. But if it looks like if the roof is caved in partially, and you still have to go through the front door, Mickey won't check it out.
It's pretty much completely collapsed.
Then Mickey's walking all over it, looking to see if there's any treasure.
There's pretty much like the real indication of it being like more than one level is just one side of one corner of it is still up like 2 levels, and then the rest of it is all like caved in.
Are there any treasures? Old books. Stuff that was
There-
mounted on a wall. She's not picky.
There's we'll see a lot of like broken down furniture and stuff like ceramics, broken dishware, old worn paintings, and wall ornaments. The biggest thing that catches your eye is that there's a corner of the ruins that was cleared out, and you can tell that it was cleared out because it was a corner of it that it looked like somebody had actually set up for themselves. There's a tarp overhang. And what looks like cookware.
Oh, shit.
But as you approach, this place has been left behind a long time ago. Nowhere near. Nothing is fresh. No fresh ashes. Anything food-wise is long spoiled, long abandoned. And amongst it was once a large buck. And what you find there is the remains of what was a rib cage and a skull sitting on a bench. Parts of the femur, the hooves, broken bits of the antler are set aside, and it looks like they'd been carved into intricate designs, pictographs, iconography and imagery.
Mickey will look over her shoulder and say, "Hey, there's like pirate stuff on bones over here."
Pirate stuff.
Mickey would not know the word scrimshaw.
Pirate stuff? What?
There's cool bones.
I thought we had decided no more bones.
These ones are really cool.
Bones are bones.
Are they?
They
on
got
the ground?
pictures. Yeah, ground bones, but with pictures. It's an arts and crafts project.
Some of them are even carved down into like figurines or.
This is getting really weird. Like, the hanging bones were weird. I can't justify this, and it's just I'm kind of creeped out.
I think Pat isn't like talking, but she is sticking close to Sabrina within protect range.
Come on, Kenny, these are cool bones, right? These are cool.
I mean, yeah, they're cool, but this isn't right. Like, there's something really off about this whole thing. All right, a trapper's hut, tree bones, and now this is like, I don't.
How long has this been a camp?
I don't know. This looks like it's been here for decades at least.
Well, maybe the camp is like, the camp seems new-ish.
Camp is very new.
The camp's new. They bought this land off of somebody who used it for hunting or some shit. And while they were here, they did bone art. Don't say that too fast. Bone art.
Bone art.
You get it.
Oh my god. Is this happening like real time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I-
Is there anything on the bone art that would freak Mickey out? Freak Mickey it.
Depends on how familiar Mickey would be with local legends.
Not all.
Then Mickey would not be freaked out. It would just look like, oh, cool animals and people.
Is anybody gonna stop me if I grab one of these to bring back to camp?
Next to you to take one, so
would voice my opinions on I don't think we should take anything from here, and this is really creepy. I thought we weren't taking any more bones, but I'm not going to physically try to stop you.
Question: should any of us make rolls to determine if we've heard of local legends?
We'll leave that up to you. Would you like to roll?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll for that.
Sure.
not.
I
I'm not.
I have a
doing that.
-1, but I'll do it.
Is this
Mickey's-
mind?
Yes.
Mickey's probably from like Florida.
I've never fucking heard any legend
Yeah,
ever.
Mickey would be from Florida.
Got
Oh,
a
that's-
1.
Oh no.
I got a 10.
I don't know what legends are.
So the big one, the ones that that come to mind for you, God damn it, sorry. That come to mind for you, Kenny, is that there are creatures there is a there's the Bell Witch. There's also creatures called the Wendigos. There are there's skinwalkers. Those are all fairly common ones here around that region. Big ones being Wendigos for the woods.
So I think Kenny would be less familiar with the dark ones than he would be with the skinwalkers. Like, just because I don't think he would have read anything on Native American lore.
Fair enough.
But he would definitely like start backing up. It goes, yeah, I'm not messing with skinwalker shit, yo. I am gonna go ahead and head back to camp.
You're not messing with what?
Skinwalkers, they're like, I don't know, they're hard to explain. They're like they're creatures that look like us, but they're not. Right? They're fucking trippy. And I want nothing to do with that.
Talking about like monsters?
Talking about, like, haints?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. They remember something about them being like Navajo or something, but they're these like evil things that just walk around killing shit.
Okay. Well, if it's gonna freak you out, then we can leave those there. And if it'll make you feel any better, I bet we can do a bottle tree real quick.
I mean, you guys do you. I you guys, you can all do whatever you want. I'm heading back.
Okay, I think I know what Kenny is talking about now. Mickey, we can do what?
The bottle tree. Y'all, do, do any of you know what a haint is?
I do. I do. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't.
you paint your door blue. You have a bottle tree to ward them off. You throw salt. Mickey will spend the rest of the hike back informing her colleagues on the finer points of haints, which is just
Yeah, 'cause Sabrina has no
Appalachian.
idea.
It's like a superstition that runs from Appalachia. Okay, y'all know.
My character does not, but
Sin is familiar, Pat is not.
Definitely would draw the parallels between haints and aswangs, which is kind of the closest thing in Filipino culture.
I just watched a play about aswangs.
Hey. Are we able to make it back to camp?
You
Camp
guys-
Counselor Meg?
You guys
I'm
make
afraid.
you make your way back to camp, but as it's starting to get darker, the wind picks up. And you guys are back before darkfall. Everybody's making their way back, and everyone's settling down.
I thought you were about to do something very evil when you said the wind picks up, and I'm very glad.
Oh.
You just had to say it, didn't you? You just had to.
No, I'm not that cruel. But you guys get back just fine. So everybody makes it back to the camp. Everyone does the head count, make sure everyone's here and accounted for, and you settle down for dinner, which is basically, as every overnight camping trip goes, hot dogs over an open fire. Of course, for dessert, there's s'mores. And unfortunately, story time gets cut short because it starts raining, and actually fairly heavily too. And fairly heavily starts to become torrential and a downpour as it starts to storm, and you can hear rumbling thunder and a crack of lightning.
Point of order, Meg. Some campgrounds have like those concrete slabs that you tent up on to make sure that you're not dealing with the elements. But I am not imagining that this is such. I just want to make sure, are we dealing with like very bad, because tents at that time were not going to hold out anything.
These are sturdy tents, but they are not holding everything out. So you guys are fairly chilly and more than a bit wet, which is unfortunate. But you're unfortunately also your only option because you're not getting back across the lake in the rough water.
I am cuddling Alex.
I was about to say.
That is a good question.
I have to
Where
sleep
did we
real close to my tent companion. Oh no!
did Sabrina and or Pat also end up in our tent? I
don't know. I didn't get that far.
wasn't sure what the
I
final
think it's a little
plan
silly
was.
if we all are there, though.
You guys
I
just
didn't
all
even
pile
know.
into the tent.
We will be the warmest tent.
Be
I
crowded,
mean,
but you'll
we
be
could
warm.
always end up in a different tent.
Or that.
Finley goes to the tent, was like totally cool walking in the rain, and then started training harder, and so grabs Jeremy and runs into the tent.
You brought Jeremy with you.
Of course I did. Jeremy is my item of the game. Mechanically, I have to find use for the frog. And will kind of just like crouch down, and Finley's in like denim overalls, and so it is the most uncomfortable experience. Because now they're soaked. But will probably start to zip up the tent and just hope that Mickey is not too close behind, because Finley wants to change before Mickey gets there. I don't know how close Mickey is. I don't know if it's Mickey who's coming through the tent next or if it's Sabrina or Pat, but Finley is going to slowly kind of start to like peel their clothes off and keep themselves as covered as they can, but would like to get out of wet clothes.
I like the idea that Mickey like unzips the tent, sees Finley, rezips the tent, and just stands in the rain until the all clear is given.
Finley will change as quick as he can and then lean out. Okay, sorry, you can come in. I can wait outside.
It's fine. And Mickey, in much the opposite way, will just like get everything off and then just be in the relative dryness of the sleeping bag as quickly as possible.
Finley...
This is a night where shoes are left outside the tent, even though that means they're going to be fucking unwearable in the future. No mud inside.
No. Finley is laying on their back in the sleeping bag, staring at the ceiling, awkwardly far, but very cold. Did not get clear direction from the earlier group conversation about what you're supposed to do when you are in a tent with your crush. There was no advice, no rule book given here, and poor confused Finley does not know what to do.
I like the idea that it takes both of them starting to shiver before they move towards each other.
You know, just like it's really cold outside.
Yeah, and your people are in cold places. You're supposed to be near each other for warmth.
Yep. I've heard the same thing.
And then whatever snuggled position they get into.
I'm not quite sure what Finley would do. Like, it would definitely start just like shoulder to knee, just like one side, and then realize that that's not effective for warmth. And Finley would probably suggest back to back, which is not great either.
As they both continue being cold.
Meanwhile, Kenny is over there is like, okay, listen, my dad's in the military. He taught me if it ever starts getting freezing cold, everybody's just gotta huddle up. So Damien, right? You're on one side, Alex, you're on the other, I'm in the middle, and we'll pull the whole thing over us, and I'm like a furnace, okay? Just cuddle and we'll be warm.
Kenny, like this intent, arms around two other people, hands on like gently avoiding bruised chest, looking extremely smug.
Yep. There's no arguments from
So-
either of them either. They're perfectly
here's a
content with this
question.
arrangement.
Because you're not going to bring more tents than are necessary in this situation. So who ends up being the third person in these tents? I'm just curious.
I don't. Initially, I thought it was gonna be
Four
Alex
people?
and Kenny and one of you in one tent, and the two of us and one of you in the other. And I thought that was very funny. Somehow
It is a little
you've
bit
magicked
silly.
an additional tent.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit silly. A little bit sad, but silly. Everything. What do you want?
I think it's really funny that Kenny ends up with two people.
Yeah, somehow we
I
have
wouldn't even try.
magicked an additional tent that we did not need.
But there's so many people here.
There's
is what
so
I'm
many
saying.
people. I will
That
put
there-
Meg in a camper tent. I don't care.
Okay.
Where is everybody then? What's the verdict?
Where are you two going?
I don't know.
Decide.
To a tent.
Yeah, to it.
A tent that has one person in it.
A tent that has one person in it. Okay. You guys.
Because there's not going to be like empty tents anymore by the time we get there.
You guys
Okay.
can go hang out with Ellie.
Who's Ellie?
Ellie is the one who also likes Jeremy.
Okay. She seems cool. She likes Jeremy.
I believe I am currently cuddling her brother.
No. Dan's her brother.
Oh, Dan's her brother. Yeah, never mind.
Wait, who does Kenny have in the tent?
Damien
have-
from Yellow Cabin.
Damien.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Damien and
Dan.
Alex.
Okay.
I've mixed up Dan and Damien.
Respectable. Okay.
I think it's more funny that Pat and Sabrina end up in the same tent, but are not like broaching the situation because there's another person there.
Yeah. I think that's a good one. With Ellie. Ellie can be there. We did it.
Ellie's the DMZ.
Third wheel.
I think in the tent with Mickey and Finley, eventually Mickey is like, "This isn't working. I'm really cold," and like turns towards Finley, still in sleeping bag, but with like zipper pointed in Finley's direction. Do you want to make out and like zip our bags together?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. Yep. Yeah. And Finley is like already half up, like trying to figure out the zippers. Finley doesn't know what they're doing. He's never been in a sleeping bag before, but he is already half up, like trying to figure out how to undo the zippers to connect the two sleeping bags.
Unzips both sleeping bags and then starts making out, and then fade to black.
That works for me.
Cool. It's like a zip pull.
Let's go. Yeah. We did it. The
Gay
game
achieved.
happened. Yeah.
Look,
Team
we
unlocked.
are like a couple 100 feet from a very, very scary, probably haunted camp. And we've already been talking about cryptids. Finley's got to get a first kiss at some point, okay?
Now you're gonna die first.
Had to get a kiss before he died, so.
I'm upset about this.
I think because we're in the like in this situation, Pat is going to look at Sabrina and say, "Are you okay? You cold?"
Yeah, I'm actually like teeth chattering, like really cold.
If you want to like get close.
Are you not cold? You're not cold?
Not super cold. No, I have a lot of body heat.
I'm trying my best. I'm sorry, Sin. I'm really trying my best, but I'm about to start laughing.
I
Can't
know.
do this with a straight face. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly what it's like. They're doing silly gay things. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that'd be good. And then the body heat will dry our clothes off. It'll be great. It'll be perfect.
Yeah. And I think in this situation, nothing gay is happening.
No. Nothing gay at all. My dog is like tap dancing on my leg right now.
Y'all really need to figure out how to gay better.
Says the people who have to take a relationship advice from me.
I think you'll find that it was roundly ignored,
Also,
or at least no longer relevant.
It's no longer right.
I am trying to figure out, because it has been a long time since I've been a teenager. It's also been a long time since I've been broaching like a first relationship thing. So I'm like trying to do that dance, and that is like magic that I am unfamiliar with.
And also, like, as Kenny, I would say shots fired, but then I also would realize, oh, right, I got shot.
How does it feel, Alan?
Feels
Yeah.
great. Poke. Ow. Poke.
All right.
So you guys make it through a awkward or comfortable or actually very uncomfortable, very cold, stormy night. And the gray continues into the morning. After a very rough and stormy night, you guys ride out the worst of it and make it to the next morning, where you manage to get something to eat, something warm, something warm to eat. Try to knock that chill out of your bones. And after the water calms down, you're able to pack everything up and make your way back to the main camp.
On the boat back, Mickey is excitedly telling Meg about the bones that they found. So we found like a bunch of bones, and there were some hanging in trees. I don't know why, but they had like thread on them and stuff. Kind of looked like how they do bottle trees. And what else? Oh yeah, there was like a corner of this thing. It was an old building, and like somebody had been like, it looked like either camping there or like living there. And there was a whole deer skeleton that had like little people carved out of bones, and then like pictures on the bones. And one of them freaked Kenny out, but we didn't take any of them because Kenny was freaked out. But they had like people and like landscapes and like creatures on them. It was like a it's like when you get like multiple pictures and they make a bigger picture. You know what I mean. Like a comic book, but you know, for art nerds.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. And Meg just kind of sighs and says, I knew we shouldn't have sent Lars to check the island.
Did Lars not find the house? Did Lars do freaky shit to Bones?
Lars didn't do freaky shit to Bones. He probably didn't check the island outside of the campsite.
How long has the camp had the island? Because the building looked really old, but like the campsite was like less old. It had like a tarp and everything.
We got rights to the island last year.
Dang. Cool island.
It's pretty, yeah.
Oh, and Finley, or not Finley, Mickey goes to pull a bone out of her pocket. It's completely broken and crushed. Oh. That was whole.
Oh.
I got teeth, though. Trying to canoe with one hand.
Bones crushed by gay.
Too gay.
Homo enthusiasm.
That's the genus that the bones came from. Homo enthusiasm.
I actually do have a brief idea of something. Because Pat has been writing her feelings. I think at some point, like during the night or when they were like getting ready for the morning, she wrote simply, "I think I like you." Decided not to give it to Sabrina, crumbled it up, and I think it ended up in Sabrina's things because she carelessly threw it aside. I rolled for it. I was like half and half. Half it ends up in Sabrina's stuff, half it ends up in Ellie's.
Oh.
And I rolled it and it ended up in Sabrina's. So in Sabrina's stuff is a crumpled up note saying, "I think I like you."
We'll figure it out.
Is that gay enough for you, Vermin?
It's a little bit gay.
There's no being gay enough. I just want you to have gay practice.
This is fair.
Yeah, so when we could be good enough for the gay Olympics if we practice hard enough.
Yeah. I'm trying to be, if they zoom in on me on the Jumbotron for the gay kiss cam, I want to be ready.
Honestly, I think you would get like the gold medal of gay kiss cam already.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, important thing is the crumpled up note in Sabrina's stuff to be found whenever.
Okay. I gotta find the right time to find it. I'm gonna make it really emotional. You gotta remind me though, because I will forget. Not right now though.
Okay.
My noggin.
You guys are back at camp.
And is Finley more or less awkward this morning?
More awkward unless Mickey does something to like not acknowledge, but just like Finley immediately went into mode of like, we're never going to talk about this again if Mickey doesn't bring it up. So if Mickey doesn't do or say anything that implies that it is okay to continue this, Finley is super fucking... I mean, Finley's going to be awkward no matter what, but Finley's pretty fucking awkward.
I think for the most, like, at least for most of the morning, all that Mickey does is just have the stupidest grin every time they look at each other. But probably doesn't say anything until they're like walking back up the hill to Violet Cabin, when there's like less people and boats in proximity.
If Mickey is smiling and is like clearly happy, Finley is also being pretty stupid about it.
Cool. So, are we like, we're like a thing?
I guess.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And Finley is very hesitantly going to slowly reach out and take Mickey's hand and hold her hand while they're walking.
It's cute. Everybody blushes. I don't think I have more for that scene though.
Y'all are just sickly sweet.
I'm waiting for somebody else in the cabin to say something and for both of us to be like, have to deal with that, but on
Can't
your own
fucking
time,
wait.
gang.
Yep.
If nothing else, I think Kenny would see it and go, "It's about damn time," and then just walk out.
Who's the
I
first?
think for the most part, if Pat notices, and it's not guaranteed that Pat would notice, but I think Pat's reaction would be like inner jealousy without like any outward expression of it. Like, oh, that's good for them. I wish.
I'm fully imagining Pat just kind of like observing it, single nod, and then like walking off.
I'm with Kenny on this one. It's like fucking time. Goddamn. Been saying this since episode 2.
Who's the first to get to Violet Cabin?
Maybe Sabrina power walking to get clean clothes, dry clothes. Cold, very cold.
Do you turn the light on?
Yeah?
There's no power.
I'll establish that Pat is nearby at least.
Comforting. I'm a little scared right now. No power. That's weird. Hey guys, there's no power.
Storm.
What?
It was stormy.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, shoot, you're right. Swear jar.
Shit, you're right.
There's
Yeah, you
only a
gotta
swear
put
jar
the
in the
swear jar.
counselor's office.
Oh, for real? Fuck yeah.
Have you been putting money in the swear jar in the counselor's office, even when you're
No.
over here?
No. Yes. No. Counselor Meg, there's no power in the cabin. I think the storm knocked it out.
Mickey will like lean out the door. Yo, Pink, have you got power?
Olivia lays her head, is standing on the porch, leans her head over, listens, and then pokes her head in, flips the switch, leans back out, and yells back, "No!" If we don't have it, it means that the whole site's probably down. We'll have to see if the backup generators are up or if they're operational. But they might just be reserved for the main areas.
Well, we got a door. It'll be fine.
It's
Where are the
sunny enough to
generators?
like.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is it sunny enough to like see in the cabin, or is it still like overcast and?
It is still very overcast. Like there's enough to kind of get an idea of, still kind of light enough to see and get an idea of everything, but it's still very dark.
Do we have flashlights?
Yeah, easily.
Is there like a skylight?
A skylight, no, but there's definitely a lantern.
Well, if there is a lantern, then Pat will light it with her lighter.
I'm gonna pull out a flashlight and like start shining it inside. Kian is afraid. Finley feels okay about everything.
Yeah. I'm like, if I have a flashlight, then I'm gonna go in because I want to change. There's nothing spooky about a cabin with no power after a storm. It's a little light. As long as it's not nighttime, it's fine. I'm gonna let Finley go first though. Because Kian desperately
You
wants
will
to die.
see.
Honestly,
You desperately want to die, so I'm letting you go
You.
first as a treat.
honestly, Pat is unafraid going in, using her lighter, lighting the lantern in the cabin. Like,
Fair
See,
enough.
I think the thought of going in there and pulling a prank on the rest of you had crossed Kenny's mind, and then he remembered like the shit that they saw on the island, and he's like, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna tempt fate with that one.
It'd be funny if we got Liza jump scared though.
Oh yeah.
that'd be great.
Liza didn't want to
Like,
be by
still
herself in the
relatively-
cabin.
Liza, you missed the bones. You missed the bones. Mickey's
Bones,
throwing
what
things.
bones?
But yes, are there any problems in finding the lantern and getting it lit?
No.
Okay. Pat just looks back. See, it's fine. This is when Pat would get stabbed in the horror movie.
Uh,
Follow and go in.
Yeah.
If Pat said it's fine.
Mickey is like doing her best to lay out the sleeping bag as wide as possible and like open it up and air it out so that it's like not wet. I don't know if y'all have ever slept in a wet sleeping bag. It's miserable.
It's very bad.
Oh, it is.
So yeah, it's just like trying to get the most surface area possible on the mattress and like dipping it down and then doing sort of the same thing with clothes on the what I assume are the railings to the cabin.
Would we have like a wire that we could figure out a way to hang?
In my experience at camps, yes. Either through people will do anything. They'll put them on the rafters. They'll actually set up a clothes wire. You get shit done.
Does everything seem normal, Camp Counselor Meg?
Yes, everything is fine in the cabin.
Okay.
Are we about to die, Camp Counselor Meg?
I'm very stressed.
Why would I
How
tell
soon do I have
you?
to squat and point? I'm ready to squat and point. This killer shows up. I'm squatting and pointing. So, I'm stressed.
Yep.
Elsie is stressed.
I'm ready to do wiggle checks.
That did
What?
happen to me once, and I literally fucked up my shoulder. And it's True facts. And then he pulled me up by my ankles and hung me upside down. There's photo evidence of this.
Who did?
Turk.
Oh, Turk. Good for him.
Elsie, you've slandered him on so many channels.
Good. Can't do anything. He's DMing over on fucking Lost Caravan right now. What is he gonna do? Anyways, continue, Meg. I am sorry.
I'm just following y'all. Where are you going from here? Your
I think
errand?
putting stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
Put
I
everything
think
away?
Changing.
Kenny's gonna get dressed really quick, and then he's gonna go check on Alex.
Mickey, once dressed in drier clothes, is going to take all of the same-ish sized teeth and be like, does anybody know how to make earrings?
If
Oh,
it's out
yeah.
of the bones, I'm gonna say no. Are you trying to make normal earrings, Mickey?
Yeah?
Out of the bones?
Yeah.
No.
Does that happen?
That absolutely happens.
Verbatim.
Sabrina's like, no, I don't know how to make earrings. I'm not helping you make earrings out of those bones. That's too weird.
That's okay.
You don't have to make them out of the bones. You could do, like,
Normal earrings?
sure.
Fine.
I think one of the like yellow cabin girls make stuff like that. I don't remember her name. This is Pat talking.
And as Kenny walks past, yeah, well, maybe Yellow Cabin does know, but I don't hang out with traitors.
I.
I'm kidding. Go.
Thanks. And I just like sarcastically walk out.
So Alex, much like most of the other campers that came ashore, is getting on dry clothes, cursing at the fact that there's no power in the cabins, and is stepping out back outside, getting ready to head to the mess hall for lunch. Before bumping into you. So,
Hey. How's you and Damien doing? You guys handling okay without power?
It sucks. I slammed my toe into the corner of the bunk. It sucked.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
But we'll live.
So about last night, that was like, what the hell would Mickey do in this situation? You know what? And I lean in and kiss his cheek.
Okay, I was not expecting that one. You move quick. I'm not going to say it was unwelcome.
I'm sorry.
What's there to be sorry about, man?
I don't know. I blame Mickey. It's all Mickey's fault.
Why is it
Got
Mickey's
you.
fault?
Got you stoned once, and now you blame all your foibles on cannabis.
Yeah. Got high once, and now everything is blamed on being a stone man.
Got high once, and now you're gay.
It just
Me too.
look. I kind of started this whole. I like you. All right. I kind of started this whole thing because of Charlie. And right now, I really fucking hate Charlie. But, like, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to shut up now.
Can't say I blame you. Charlie's a dickhead.
How about when my hands actually work again, we go play some football or something?
Yeah, I'd be game for that.
Cool. Sweet. I'm gonna go drown myself in apple juice right now. I'll see you in a bit.
Don't actually drown.
Yeah, no.
I like you being
figuratively.
around.
Yeah, I like you being around too.
I imagine you awkwardly make your departure.
Oh yeah.
The waves. Everybody thinks Charlie's a dickhead.
Yeah, fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Fuck
Gotta
Charlie.
add that to the notes. But don't, because he
But is he
hasn't
hot?
joined yet.
His note is literally stereotypical bad boy.
Yeah, but is he hot? Does
Yes.
he look like Billy from Stranger Things?
He hot. He good looking.
Billy?
Mind your business, Vermin. Season 3 was a good season for him. I'm just saying.
Alright. So, it is about lunchtime. So maybe we will get a food crime into the session.
Feed
I
the
thought I was muted.
monster.
So, you guys make your way to the mess hall for lunch. The mess hall does have power. It's running off of a reserve generator. And it's only for intermittent, so it's only basically for meal times. But it's chilly for lunch. Food crime away.
Sorry, what was for lunch?
Chili.
Chili.
Chili. Oh, yeah. Mickey, if available, Mickey will dump a whole lot of cheddar cheese into the chili bowl and some sour cream and little onions if they got it.
Cornbread.
That's the good stuff right there.
So cornbread. Meg Mysteria. Leaving us
Absolutely.
hanging on cornbread.
Finley is only eating cornbread.
It's
because
good
Finley
cornbread,
doesn't like
too.
chili. Just straight
Why don't you like
cornbread.
chili?
Finley doesn't like chili.
What the fuck? That's a food crime.
I'm sorry. Straight
No, you're not.
cornbread. Whatever kind of cornbread they got, Finley's got a whole fucking plate of it.
What kind of drink do you have to wash down the cornbread?
Probably a soda.
Okay.
I
I'll
was
accept
gonna say
that.
milk, but that felt so bad to
No,
even
that's what
think
you
about.
do.
No,
I
I
no,
didn't
I
think
thought
it.
I thought milk too.
It felt so heavy to like even think about that. Like straight
Nah,
plate of cornbread and some milk. God, it would
Yeah.
be immediate nap time. I'm fucking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
okay, so
That's
at the camp that I worked at, like immediately after lunch, there was always a nap time.
Yeah. Like
If nap time
Just
is
built into the
guaranteed,
day.
then milk, sure.
yeah, if there's
but
a killer in the cabin, it's permanent nap time.
nap time is nap time.
It's not nap time if it doesn't end.
Exactly. It's
Either
eternal sleep
or
time.
the long sleep.
So long.
Still sleep.
Still sleep. And one of them you don't wake up unrested for, so guaranteed good time.
So I think Kenny would grab several like a large stack of crackers and just crush it up in his hand and just start pouring it into the chili and then just dumping a bunch of cheese and onion on it.
I pick out all the beans in this chili, and then I crumble up a bunch of cornbread. I put it in the chili, and I mix it up. And I will have milk with this cornbread because I'm not a coward.
Wow.
Finley.
Wow.
Is lactose intolerant.
Since when?
Since Kian is lactose intolerant.
Yeah, well, let one person in your life be happy with milk.
Look, Finley is choosing his battles, okay?
Ian's a
So
method actor.
I think that leaves me, which I will ask if there is a vegetarian chili option.
Yes.
Okay. So for Pat, it is straight up the vegetarian chili. If there aren't onions in the vegetarian chili, she'll add onions, but no cheese, no nothing else.
None of that stuff for freaks.
Pat is canonically lactose intolerant as well, so
I'm just goofing here.
no,
Don't
you're
mind
fine.
me.
I feel I owe the audience an explanation for my food crimes sometimes.
Elsie, where do the beans end up?
On the side of the plate. What?
Mickey is eyeing your beans. You gonna
Okay,
you gonna have those beans?
you can have the beans. Do you want the beans?
Scoop, plop.
Yeah, you can have all of the beans, and I just like kind of like flick the plate towards her. Take the beans.
The beans have been taken with
All right.
very little additional encouragement needed.
I'm gonna take the plate back once the beans are gone, and if I find any more, I'm gonna put them there for you.
Cool. It's a 2 helpings of chili day, so if you don't get them all in one go, Mickey's definitely gonna have a second opportunity to.
Okay. I'm
to
glad.
bean down.
That your bean craving will be sufficiently satisfied with this meal.
Mickey just doesn't like wasting food.
All right.
After lunch is done, there's definitely an excitement from Mickey to like get to the Arts and Crafts Center, because Mickey knows that there's like wire there and that they've got funny little tools for funny little weirdos to make funny little things. I was hoping to figure out a way to suspend some teeth. Did we say that Mickey had already pierced her ears? I'm trying to remember if that's a thing.
I think we did, because I think we had that whole parent trap conversation. Or maybe I'm making that up because I do talk about the parent trap a lot. Like,
I don't
an
remember
abnormal
having
amount.
that happen.
Okay, well, I'm just gaslighting myself into thinking I talked about the parent trap. So it must have been a
I
different
know you
situation
talked
that
about the
was on.
parent trap, but I don't remember the ears piercing.
Oh, I probably talked about the poker scene. That sounds about right. Maybe we haven't. If we have, I can say that Sabrina definitely took some apple slices at breakfast. All we need is a needle and a lighter, and we already have a lighter.
That's true.
Yep.
And an ice cube. We need an ice cube.
I do know that like dudes got their ears pierced in the 80s.
Hmm?
Like relatively frequently. There's like lots of movies where the dudes have their ears pierced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Mickey's ears would be pierced.
Like the entire
Maybe
cast of
even a
Lost
couple
Boys got their
times.
pierced. Yeah.
Shot in the dark, Liza might have a couple of sewing needles.
You're so right.
Are we giving Mickey a new piercing? I like the idea that we're giving Mickey additional piercings
Okay.
in addition to the regular
100%.
centralized ones.
Yes.
I was just thinking about it, and I don't think Pat would have any piercings.
Wow, no time present.
Kenny doesn't have any because his father said that made him look gay.
For Pat, it would have been that she would have had to like take them in and out for competitions and such, and she would have been like, nah, not about that life.
I think Mickey's dad said the same thing as Kenny's, but Mickey is just not in a habit of listening. So I have one important question, Meg.
Yes,
Are there any little tiny things for making little tiny holes in other things?
Mm,
Have we got a tiny drill? I don't know how you put a hole in a tooth without. I guess actually, if we had sewing needles, couldn't we get them like really hot and then just kind of?
No, I don't think that works for teeth.
Plus,
I
you're
was about
talking
to
about
look up how to put a hole in a tooth, and I don't want the results for that search. That's for a later vermin to figure out.
future vermin problems.
More like future vermin
I
solutions.
think we can probably like skip the glitz and glam of it and say you figure out how to one way or another figure out how to get these teeth made into earrings.
Are
Uh,
you sure?
Yeah.
Because
Well, the
glitz
other
and
thing we could do is we
glam-
could just wrap cord around them
Yeah.
carefully and then suspend them from that. That would work fine. It'd be less cool, but it'd work. I think after that, and once we've pierced Mickey's ears in a new spot with the new earrings dangling down, Mickey immediately switches to offering to give anybody who wants one, a tattoo. Mickey does have stick and pokes and has probably shown you. They don't look great, but they're not very big.
Kenny's down.
Yeah, Finley is too.
Yeah.
Nope, not me. That's how you get hepatitis.
I won't even use the same needle on all of you.
I'm good.
I don't think I have hepatitis.
Can I draw the tattoos? I would like to draw the tattoo.
Mickey would like be down to do that. But would be like
not
make
good
something
drawings.
small. Make something
We've
small
established
so that
that.
it's not. We'd be here for hours and would definitely get in trouble if I tried to do something big.
I can do stick figures.
You can do better than stick figures, though, right?
I don't think I can. I don't think LC the player does not think Sabrina can. I didn't say she was ever good at art. That's Kenny. Kenny's the artist. I'm not. But I kind of want her to doodle some stuff for y'all. That'd be pretty funny.
Kenny's down.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What do we get? I assume it's going to be like
bunny.
roughly the same thing like 3 or 4 times.
Like a shitty bunny.
I love a shitty bunny.
And
There's like
maybe-
2 layers of shitty, right? Because there's the layer of shitty where you're drawing it, and then there's the layer of shitty where
Yes.
like I'm stick and poke following what you've drawn.
exactly. And then there's probably like it was a star, but it kind of came out like a wonky cat face. And I think just like the simple heart with an arrow through it that everybody gets.
Yeah. So
There's
that's Sabrina's flash. So what do people get?
Wait, hey.
No, that's like a
Oh, you get to choose.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, which one do you choose?
Star cat.
Star cat.
Star cat.
I think I'll go for the bunny.
I think Mickey would also go for the bunny.
Okay. The ears are like 2 different sizes.
Where do people get them? Because the other thing is we're trying to do this secretly so that the counselors don't notice and so that we don't get in trouble for it.
Kenny's definitely gonna do his on like his upper left shoulder.
Cool. Like in the back?
Yeah, where it can hide underneath a shirt.
Yeah.
Which
We
is how
even
they're gonna
we
identify
like
your
get
body.
one of your tank tops to figure out exactly where that is.
Yeah.
Mickey's is on her left knee. And hers is the shittiest looking because she did it upside down because she wanted the bunny's face to be pointing upwards.
I've been considering whether Pat is interested. And I think Pat is going to look at the heart with the arrow and be like, so no one got that?
But you can double up if you want.
No, I wouldn't want the art to go to waste.
Cool. Sabrina will draw it on you, and I'll be over in a second.
Cool.
Where are you getting your tattoo?
I think probably like pull up her shirt and get it like at the base of the neck.
Okay, great. So you won't be able to see how shitty I draw it. I mean, what? Actually, I don't think Sabrina thinks her things are shitty. I think she thinks they look really good. But to anybody else, they look pretty bad. Nobody would ever see it. Which one do you want?
For a second, I thought you were gonna put it in a flirtatious place.
Oh
I
no.
was like, Mickey's gonna have to tattoo that afterwards.
No, I thought about that and was like, I'm not gonna do that to Mickey.
Wait, what are you getting?
The heart with the arrow.
Okay. Easy. And then I draw it on the back of your neck.
We're not gonna give that any more time to cook.
I was gonna say.
Oh, what?
Sabrina's just all business.
No, I mean, like, no, I'm gonna try and make it look all right. Like, it's gonna look decent.
I think the part of it cooking is the fact that Pat, to make sure that it's at like the base of her neck. I don't know if you noticed, I said she pulls her shirt up.
Oh no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have big
Okay.
strong girl, big strong back.
Now it's actually cooking.
Now
Yeah, now
Elsie
it's
got it.
cooking. Now I got it. Okay, I was
pot's
having a little
boiling.
bit of a laugh about something else I said a minute ago, so I was distracted. Laughing at my own jokes again. Yeah, no, if that's the case, then she's definitely a little bit distracted, a lot distracted. I'm lying to myself. A lot distracted. And so probably took a little bit extra time drawing, the heart on the back of your neck, but just like, I'm sorry, like apologies, like I'm sorry it's taking too long. I just want to make sure it looks okay. Oh, that side of the heart is lopsided, and like, yeah, reach it like 3 times.
Pat just looks back. You're fine. Take your time.
Okay, I'm trying. 4th time. 4th time's the charm. Yep. That's it's cooking.
It was a delay. It was a delay to reach the boil.
We got there. We got there. Though we're simmering. We're simmering. Let that cook for a couple 20 minutes. Simmer for 20, I don't know. A cooking amount of time.
I just realized I did a pun with my mic off. Dang it.
Oh no. Will you repeat it after?
You said that's it cooking, and I was like, well done. And then I did the
Oh,
hand.
aha! Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Anyway. I like the idea that like after finishing on her own knee, like you've just finished trying, Mickey comes in and is like very normal about the situation. It's just like,
Very normal.
okay, I gotta clean everything and then we'll get that. Ooh, I like that spot. That's a good spot. Just be aware, like when I get to the bone zone, it's gonna be ouchy.
Kenny's in the back just snickering. Bone zone.
I'm good.
I figured. I was just letting you know. Sometimes people are surprised. And
Appreciate it.
Mickey will start on like the fleshy part. Because you don't just jump right into the bone zone.
I was wondering when you were going to get to the joke.
Honestly, like that's like Mickey would just wouldn't be like the area near your spine,
Yeah,
the bone zone.
perfect sense.
Yeah. Not a thinker. Shortly after this, Mickey's like, oh right. And then probably somewhat against her will enlists Eliza to get them like alcohol wipes so that we can disinfect ourselves and bandages that are big enough to cover the tattoos. We'll find out later if Eliza got a tattoo too. I'm guessing the answer is no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we can answer that for Liza, and it's a no. We would have to sit through the lecture of all of the potential risks of infection by sharing, or not sharing, but by getting a stick and poke tattoo.
I think Liza would be pissed at us for getting tattoos.
Oh, 100%. I think a lot of the things that we did tonight, Liza would be pissed off if she were there.
Yeah, but like when Mickey sees that she's pissed off or like feeling stressed about it, Mickey would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We should have called you over when we started. If you want a tattoo too, we can go do it.
We can go do it.
I'm so sorry. That's my bad." But yeah, now we all have like differently placed, kind of similar conspicuous bandages.
Ticks.
There was something weird in our cabin. It's a minor rash.
Everybody got ticks on the island.
So many ticks.
So many ticks. I didn't have any.
They must have been out by the they must have been out by the house.
Deer ticks.
They're
We found a deer.
bone ticks. Bone tree ticks.
Bone tree ticks.
Very specific species.
Hello, Raja. So what's
Oh man,
next?
I have a scene that's going to happen sometime in the future, and I just want to do it now because otherwise I'm going to forget to come back to this. But some period of days later, when like the tattoos stop itching as much, Mickey looks at her tattoo and is like, "Oh man, I tried to do a bunny, but it just looks like a deer skull. That's still kind of cool though."
Nice.
Assuming we survive that long.
Damn it, Raja! Fucking hate this cat. Go!
Raja, you are banished.
Knocked over my fucking ice cream cup. Now there's melted ice cream all over the floor.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Thanks a lot, jackass.
Do we want to take a quick break so that you can take care of that?
No, I think we're at a point where we're gonna start wrapping up, so.
Okay.
But, the major thing, just kind of around the events of this excursion, this camping excursion out, is that, Director White does make an announcement over dinner that until further notice, there won't be any trips into town because a tree during the storm collapsed in the road. So there isn't a way to really get around it. You can't get the bus through it, no cars. So until they get that cleared, you can't get around it. You're kind of stuck at camp for a little while.
Ah, yes. The noose is tightening.
We approach soon.
That's all I have planned. If there's anything you guys would like to explore some more for the night. Get the fuck out of it, Raja.
It's not enough to knock the ice cream onto the floor. You also got to get you
A little taste.
little taste, little pause in it.
That was
little
the plan
trait.
the whole time.
Get a little trait.
Let Raja get some sip.
But I think if that's it, I think that might be where we call it for the night. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and I think in overlay order, we're gonna go ahead and sign off for the night, starting with Alan.
Hey everybody, my name's Alan. I played Kenny. You'll see me back here this Friday for the last episode of the investigation of Site 117G. Oh shit, I've got a 3-day span this whole weekend. I've got Site 117G on Friday, King's Gambit on Saturday, then Breaking Neon on Sunday. Damn you holidays! And then I don't think I have anything else until the start of the next month. So who's next? I don't have the overlay up.
I think that's
Sin.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Sin, Synthetic 20. On Blue Sky, Asynthetic20 on Twitter if you're still in the dumpster fire. I have things coming up on Friday. I'm going to be in the Site 117G with Alan, playing the respawning asshole. On the 21st and 28th, I am going to be trying to die so that I can finally play a cat in Meg's game of Heart of Darkness. We're doing the Alien RPG. And I think everybody else wants me dead too, because I might be kind of getting people accidentally killed trying to get myself killed. So that kind of shenanigan you'll love to see. On the 5th, I am going to be on my channel, which is Queensgate Chronicles, doing world building, where I am getting together 5 of my favorite world builders to create the world which the series on my channel will take place in. If you want more information about that, then, follow me on social media and I'll get that. I also have supplements that are coming out. I had 2 that came out today. Well, one Kickstarter and then another that came out on DM's Guild. So follow me on social media if you're interested in that. Testing my own system I'm going to use in the series on my channel. So I'm doing a lot of crap. Also over on Nerds with Dice. If you aren't checking that stuff out, I'm a chancellor over there, so I'm helping them out with making series and tech. So, get over there and watch their stuff too. That's all I got. Who's next?
It's me.
Vermin. Be next.
Hello, everybody. I am the Legendary Vermin. You can find me as Legendary Vermin on all the places on the internet that matter, which of course includes Itch, Twitch, Tumblr, Blue Sky, .com. Additionally, I make games. Those are all on my Itch. If you want to see some of them played live, you can see our co-star who is not here tonight, Danny, playing my game, No Amount of Armor, over on Neon Lights Roleplay as a part of Stardust Ghosts. They just started their 3rd arc. It's very exciting. They are a fantastic table to watch. So I really recommend going and checking them out. Also, if you're a Tumblr user, please help me out. Across various Discords, I've made a call to arms because I wrote a move for a game, and it's in a small TTRPG ability bracket, and I would really love to rig the polls. So check a local Discord near you to see how you can help me destroy democracy. I think that's all I got. Should I pass across and down, or just down?
However you wish.
You wiggled first, Elsie. Take it away.
Great. It's the shortest outro you'll get from me ever in my life. I don't have anything except for Duskgrave for the rest of the month. So if you want to watch me suffer, the 27th, I don't know. We're doing our it's like finale but not finale because it's just the fight. It's just the fight. Hoop's gonna kill us in the first 5 minutes and probably have us respawn because there's no way we can survive this anyways. And he's got like 30 villain points left over from Recall Week. Which, by the way, just big shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for making it happen. I will be at PAX U getting ice water dumped on me because they reached $1,500 and I said I'd do the ice bucket challenge. So if you want to watch me stand outside in the middle of winter in Philadelphia and get ice water dumped on my head because everybody wants to watch me suffer, thanks for paying for it this time. Otherwise, you can find me on Duskgrave for the rest of the month. That's it.
Including you, though. You also like to watch me suffer.
It's for the children, Sin. It's for the children. And that's it for me.
Then that's me. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_Chiffon. You can find me on Blue Sky at uptight-Chiffon. Every other Saturday, I'm over on Lost Caravan in our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension. I play a little guy trying to rescue his girlfriend who's being tortured, and he's trying to woo a boyfriend, so super fun. I am also in the YouTube series on Lost Caravan, Old Gods of Appalachia. That one is a lot of fun. I'm playing a Babalon, a traditional Filipino witch, which is super cool and very fun for me to explore. What else do I do? I can't think of. I feel like on every other Wednesday, I'm over on High Shelf Collective playing Beacons. Who's my little guy there? I have an acorn growing in my chest, and I'm slowly being reclaimed by the forest, and it's pretty cool. And a voice in my head telling me what to do. I have a voice in my head in all my
Hey,
games. It's a lot of fun.
me too.
Look.
Handshake meme.
It's
Handshake
nice to
meme.
be able. It's nice to be able to blame the voice on every impulsive decision that you make. Here, Finley's just stupid. If I had a voice in my head, I'd be able to be like, "Look, it's the voice." Instead,
Can
I'm
I be
just
the
an
voice in
idiot.
somebody's head? I'll be the voice in
That's
somebody's
fine. That's allowed.
Right.
And then keep an eye out on socials. I've got 2 big projects right now planned to start the beginning of 2024, and hopefully a couple more that are in the works. So follow me on socials, and you'll see what that is. That's me.
Alright, I guess that brings that back up to me. Hello, everybody. I am Meg or Meg Mysteria. You can find me as such on Twitch, on Twitter, on itch. I play in games, I GM games, and I write games. If you like to see me in games, you'll find me in Breaking Neon right here on Singularity on the 19th, where Alan gets to torment me and I get to cause problems on purpose as a gatekeeper. If you like to see me GM things, I get to GM Last Transmission over on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I get to torment Vermin some more. Here on Singularity Roleplay on the 21st and the 28th, I get to torment Sin some more with more alien stuff, because that's what I'm known for, alien and sci-fi. Yeah. And that's it for me up until we come back around to our next episode of Gay Camp, where nothing's going wrong at all whatsoever. Nothing at all whatsoever is going wrong. That's it for what's coming up for me. If you like what we're doing here, I'm writing my own system that's going with this game. Hopefully by the time we round out this game, I'll have it ready to at least post the bare bones rules on itch. And we'll see what happens with that. Stick around after this. I think we're gonna throw a raid over at Lost Caravan, see what they're doing. If they're still up, but
They are not.
they are not up. We'll find somebody, so stick around. Have a good night, everybody.